You know what I don't like, man?
Yeah.
I don't like these niggas out here claiming they love you while you up like a duck. As soon as you have a misstep, you know, now you want to pick apart a nigga's flaws and all that. Listen, man. At the end of the day, man, if you respect somebody, man, you be loyal to them. You know what I mean? Yo, this is my brother PK, man. SFL shit, man.
Yeah.
Might well get him.
Yeah, know they love me when I'm up or when I'm down. I can see the fine, them niggas never be around. Niggas never standing up, fuck them started manning up. Soon as I got my bag back, or niggas back in town. Miss me with that mixy shit, got me on this itchy shit. The marathon continues in this Crenshaw Nipsey fit. Know you niggas hate me now and hate me more than ever too. Just give me one more. I be acting like Richie Rich. Fuck is y'all talking? Y'all ain't talking about paper, y'all ain't talking about nothing in it. Talk to y'all later, know nothing about loyalty. Scriptures die neighbor, shit you putting in the air is the reason I'ma die later. After, until then you gon' hear me chapter after chapter to the mini-me's. You ain't never have to be a bastard, we ain't enemies. I just put the pain on the canvas, showtime. Never will I ever Kurt Rambis. Gold mine, knowing in my heart and understand this. I don't know the plan, but I know what the plan is. Grow, get better every day, take chances. Reach for my arms are stronger than lances. Hindsight is 2020, ooh, second glances. Wanna run it back, but there's no second chances. Present me, no second guessing me. Chef boy, a P word to C, I got the recipe. Boy, I'm a G, you see a G standing next to me. And I don't gotta say it, he just read it, telepathy. Boy, I'm a G, you see a G standing next to me. And I don't gotta say it, he just read it, telepathy. Yeah.
If you're in your industry, you should be chilling. And if you're number one in your industry, you got enough common sense to know you better not be chilling. Every single day of my life, I feel like giving 100 to it. Every single day. Somebody said yesterday, E.T., you gave 120. What you gonna do tomorrow? I said, I don't know. Give 140. I don't know, but I don't have days where I don't feel like it. Why? Because
diamond in the rough, diamond in my ears. The struggle that I came from be defining why I'm here. If I ain't king, I gotta be the truest. Fuck 10 toes. Been walking on them coals like a Buddhist. They got malice, so Judas built a palace, so they Brutus. Bite their hand, can understand, they forgot where the fruit is, where the food is. Niggas foolish, I'm a gym, no jeweler. Took days off, after days off, Ferris Bueller. Still I'm back like someone flashed a bat sign. The flow that never ages, I've been on that time. I done gave you pages, I'm a legend, check the stat line. Jersey in the rafters, that was at halftime. Okay, stand up, nigga, they ain't half mine. Batty with a fatty, let me fuck her till she flatline. Then back to the show again, road again, blue faces rolling in. Script on a nigga, still I'm slicker than Richardian. They never taught me I kamikaze my way to the snakes and the serpents who paparazzi my date. So blatant in their purpose, they hope they lock me today. But I'm a lip reader, boy, you gotta watch what they say. I'm breaking bank, they want me laying the francs. Some of these niggas close, I wish they said what they think. Family over everything, bank after that shit. Banking on myself, I ain't banking on no rap shit. What's up?
My wife's counting on me. My son's counting on me. I don't have days to waste. There's nothing wrong with the opportunity. You're not giving 120. You're giving 70. You're giving 60. You're giving 50. And you want what these people who've given sweat, who's given blood, who's given tears, you want what they paid for, and it ain't free. You don't belong at the bottom, and it's time for you to get your butt from down there. It's time for you to stop being comfortable at the bottom. Get your butt up and get to where you're supposed to be.
What's up, what's up, what's up?
Yo.
What's going on? What's going on? Now we back at it, baby. Got the special in the building. You feel me? Willie, you know what I'm saying? Willie Deane. You know what I mean? Highly anticipated. Yeah, man. You know what I mean? How you doing over there, AB?
I'm good, bro. You know what I mean? It's enjoying this time. This is dope, bro. Like,
okay.
It's dope how life comes full circle sometimes. Yeah. Like we all on the couch together. You know what I mean? man. Chopping it up, so this is dope.
Yeah. How you feel, Jay?
Man, I'm 100, man. You know, trying to tribulations, you know, they ain't gonna stop me. I'm good though. I'm great.
That's good. That's
You know what I'm
good.
saying?
P. Kizze in the fucking building. What's up, cousin?
Yes, sir. New day, new beginning. You know what it is.
Yeah, how you feeling?
Welcome back to the topic.
Okay. Yeah, I'm doing good, man. I'm doing great, man. Today's a highly anticipated. You know what I'm saying? I gotta ask, yo, Willie, how you doing today?
I'm enjoying myself. It's a pleasure to be here. You know, amongst my brothers, man. It brings me back to my childhood. And you know, I'm looking forward to the conversation and hopefully, you know, shed a light on you know, some of the things that the people don't know.
Copy. So you know what we doing, right? You know what I mean? You know what we doing as far as in Willie say he be in tune to the show. So you know what I'm saying?
He actually seen. He said he seen everyone.
Yeah.
Not live always, but you know, when I'm laying down resting and the kids are in bed.
Yeah.
You know, I have my headphones on. I'm checking the show out.
Thanks for the support, bro.
That's what's up, bro.
So
Salute.
So what we do here on topic, you know what I mean? When we first come in, as you noticed, I started over there with AB, just checking in to see about our mental health, and all. You know what I mean? That's including you, your wife, your kids, everybody. Like when we ask, like, you know, how you doing? We really want to know how you doing. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, that's what we went from right to left. We got a narrator today, James Thomas. We all got questions. You know what I'm saying? You know,
Morgan Freeman.
you know what I'm saying? He said, "I know you ain't say that. I know you ain't say that." But yeah, that's how we do the show, and we started off with, you know. Oh, definitely. We definitely get, you know. We keeping it thorough, but at the same time, we're gonna get to our normal function, and then we're gonna right into you, Willie. I want you to feel free to participate. Excuse me. You know what I'm saying?
Sure. No,
And
I have my
Okay. Yeah.
We going to AB first, right? We going to AB first. AB, you got to speak up, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with
Son said you got to speak up on the mic a little bit. Pause.
You said what?
You got to speak up a little bit. I think you're good now, though.
You good? I turned you up. I got you.
You're good.
Yo, I'm gonna go with Tiger Woods, man.
Oh,
Nah,
man,
you
he took
wildin'.
You know what I mean?
He took mine.
Yo.
Tiger Woods,
Yeah.
Oh, man.
He caught the DUI and all that.
Oh yeah, he driving drunk again.
Man, he wildin'. Foot this whip over and all that.
Yeah, he did that last time with the Lexus.
It's
But I
crazy.
ain't gonna hold you. The crazy part is when he did the breathalyzer, he wasn't over the limit.
Yeah, cause it ain't alcohol. He's on
Nah, he wildin'.
he's on them pain meds, bro.
Right.
Yeah, he's on the page.
Them joints to have you dozing like that. You know what I'm saying? That gave real addict.
So that's my pick. I'm gonna go with Tiger, man.
Okay.
Hopefully he can get it together.
We're gonna, yo, Willie, we gonna let
Yeah, I'm
you.
ready. So
Damn, he took mine.
I really don't know who specifically is holding my man back, but
Nah, you
you know,
wildin'.
today is 27th, and my man Stove Guy was supposed to drop his album, and
Oh man,
it's delayed. So
Oh,
it's
man.
delayed my man's
You
album.
Wildin' Stones.
Wildin', man.
Yeah, whoever's delaying Stove God
When
record
my
is
man's
wild.
Stove album dropped, whoever's holding him back, you wildin'.
You wild.
Nah, you wildin'.
Okay, JT.
Man, y'all know who I'm gonna go with.
Who that?
Every damn week. Rashad McCann.
That's
Nah,
no
you
joke.
wildin'.
Yo, only basketball player that got CTE. Nah, how you win a national championship, and excuse my language, when I ain't gonna cuss, how you win a national championship and say that you don't mess with your teammates?
Nah, you
Just because he
wildin'.
listens to Jay-Z and they listen to Lil Flip and somebody else. Please,
Nah, you wildin'.
Rashad, go get some help, brother.
Nah, you wildin'.
Yeah, okay. Yo, you know who I'm gonna pick this week, man? And it's like kind of like, nah, you wildin', but yo, that song by the Locks, bro.
Nah, you wildin'.
Yo, Locks, you wildin', bro. You out here it's feeling like 9/7 out here, bro. You got me over here in my crib. I'm over here like, you know what I mean? Like really, the Locks,
Nah, you wildin'.
wildin', bro.
Big shout out to Kids Luch and Styles.
You already.
That just showed how old we are.
Yeah,
Feel like 93 out here.
Yo, facts. I'm trying to tell you. What about you, Pete?
AB took mine, but I think I got to back up. What was I about to say?
Nah, you wildin'.
Damn, I was just thinking about it, man. I don't know. I'm drawing a blank, man.
Drawing a blank this week?
Yeah, I'm drawing a blank. He took mine, but I just asked somebody. I had a backup plan too. I always got a backup plan.
It's all good.
I can't come
It's
to it
all
right
good. As we get into the show, you know what I'm saying?
Welcome to On Topic.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We on topic.
Jake, it's on you, brother.
Conversations carry weight, man. Word. And today we got a special guest, Mr. Willie Deane, man. You know, state champion '98.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Word.
That's a
'98, and
Hopefully that school could get it right, man.
oh man, they gonna get it right sooner or later.
Hopefully they could get it right.
We
And
gotta get the right people in there.
you know, with all due respect, I just didn't like the way, you know, they didn't get behind the people that put that banner up.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Hopefully they can get it right. And I understand that there's a lot of out-of-towners at that school from a different city that, you know, are not in tune with what really going on in the history of Schenectady, but hopefully they can get that right, man. Because I didn't like, and I still don't like how I still don't like what's going on over there. From the academics all the way through to the sports. And they need to fix that ASAP.
You know what's dope? You didn't just say sports, you said academics too.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
that's for
People
sure.
sometimes lose the importance of that.
Yeah.
Academics is important too. Like, a lot of people don't focus on that. They just look at the sports and where it came from. To when we was playing to now.
Right.
You know what I mean? But we're gonna get into that, but you know, that's
It's called student athlete for a reason, right?
facts. That's a
You
fact.
know what I mean?
That's a fact.
Yo, Will, first question, man. Take us back to the beginning of your journey, brother. Like, what first sparked your interest in basketball and, you know, in your beginnings?
So if I take it all the way back, you know, my mom was responsible for introducing the game of basketball to me. As a kid, before I even knew
Mama love.
what a basketball was,
Mama love.
you know, it was nights on the couch where my mom was like screaming at the TV, watching the Lakers. You know, like Magic was her favorite player, and you know, you had Kareem, you had Worthy, you had Cooper with the high socks. You know,
Yeah, that was the Showtime Lakers.
yeah, it was
Showtime. Wild.
So you know, I was a kid watching the Showtime Lakers, which was my mom's favorite team. So that was my first introduction to basketball. And then, you know, at 5 years old, my mom signed me up to you know, to play at the Y, and then she signed me up for a couple of local basketball camps, and that was my introduction, early introduction to the game. But basketball turned out as to be something that was therapeutic for me initially. You know, when I was playing basketball, life was put on hold for that time. Like, whatever trials and tribulations I was going through, it was like that wasn't going on.
Yeah, that's the
So
escape.
that's what kept me out there, like, you know, because when I was dribbling that ball, when I was shooting, it was like time had stopped for me, and whatever was going on at that moment, it was like a safe place. You know, like when I first started playing, I never had aspirations of, you know, taking the game as far as I took it. It was just a kid just having a therapeutic moment. And then from there, it just spiraled into, you know, a love, a passion, and then it just happened to open up other doors for me. But, you know, when I first picked up a ball, I never I never was like, yo, I'm going pro.
Yeah. Yeah.
That wasn't even my mindset at the time. It was just, you know, something that I did like just to get through whatever I was going through at the time.
Just a getaway and escape, right? Yeah.
It was my safe place.
When did you realize it could bring you beyond Schenectady, New York?
Man, but before I answer that question,
Okay.
you know, I come from a generation of deans that went into the military. So in high school, I was going into the military. I wasn't going to. If I ended up going to college, I was gonna go to college through the military. I never thought about, you know, getting an opportunity to earn a scholarship or anything of that nature. So in high school, I just had my mindset. Okay, I'm gonna finish high school, get my high school education. Then I'm just gonna go in the military like my father did, like his father did, like his father did.
Yo, Will, to jump on that part that you just said, yo, did you feel like yeah, I want to go to the military, or did you just think that like that's just what we do?
At the time, I didn't know what I wanted to do, but I knew that would be an option to, you know, help better my situation. And what I meant by that is, you know, I know that people have mixed views about the military, but, you know, it would have given me an opportunity to travel, and then it would have given me an opportunity to for them for me to get my education on their dime. And because, you know, to be quite honest, like we didn't have money to pay for that.
Right.
So is the risk worth the reward? You know, who knows? I could have taken that path and not be here right now. But you know, life works works out how it's gonna work out, and I didn't have to end up taking that route. But that was my initial mindset. Like in high school, I was gonna graduate from high school and then just go in the military, like my father had done and his father had done.
Right.
So, but I went off on a tangent. Well, just repeat the question real quick. And
I said, when did you realize the sport?
Okay, all right. So I'm gonna take it back. So a dude by the name of Mickey Walker reached out.
Shout out Mick, man.
Yeah,
Shout out Mick. Hey.
You know,
That's crazy. I ain't heard that name in years.
Cause I saw him a couple of years ago, like when I went to Syracuse. Cause I took a group of girls down to hang out with the girls Syracuse team and Coach Jack. Shout out to Coach Jack too. Man, I love Coach Jack. Like she opened up her doors to, you know, my nonprofit, and
nice.
Man, and they just gave the kids all access, and you know, it's to see the smiles on their faces, like just warmed my heart.
Yeah, like I'm executing. Right?
Yeah, but so just to finish the story, like Mick reached out to Coach D and was like, you know, I'd like to take Willie over to France with me to compete in this international competition.
What year was this, if you don't mind me asking?
I was 13.
Okay, yeah.
Wow.
I was 13. And this is like I had to get a passport. Or like I had never been on a plane before.
I was supposed to go with y'all.
Yeah.
I was a
Yeah.
But my family had a brand, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
But I remember that. I was just telling Jake.
Yeah.
You know,
I was supposed to be on that trip. It was Big Cedric and me came. Lamar Odom, Elton Brand.
Yeah.
You know, they were 14. They were a year older than I was. I was the baby on the team. Man, just being able to go to France.
Yeah.
Just from the game of basketball was just, it opened my eyes up to the possibilities and the potential that this game, you know, the doors that this game could open up for me. And, you know, that cultural experience is something that, you know, I'll have and cherish for like the rest of my life. Like, you know, El and Lamar, you know, they have their path, and I know we'll all come full circle again and be able to talk about the times that we had
Right now,
back then.
doing this podcast.
But yeah, that experience right there was what sparked it for me, and it allowed me to see that, man, there's no limits to where this game can take you.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So
that's big, bro. That's big, man. That's huge. That's huge.
Yeah, super.
Gotcha.
France at 13.
At 13.
Yeah, 13, bro. Like that was powerful. You know, but like I said, like salute to Mick, because without him, I would have never had the opportunity. And you know, of course, it's a 6 degrees of separation thing, because Mick had to know D, and D had to know Mick, and then D had to know me, and you know, but things align how they align for a reason, and it was just meant for me to experience that. It's meant for me to you know, meet El. It was meant for me to meet Lamar.
Right.
Was that feeling instantaneously? Was that instant? Like soon as you really got on the plane, like, oh, I'm on this mission now.
I ain't gonna lie, I was a little nervous, bro. Like, I had never been on a plane before.
Yeah.
Bro, experiencing that turbulence for the first time, like, I was holding on to my seat so tight, bro. It was
9-hour flight too.
Yeah. So, but like, we all connected, like we had known each other for forever. So that's another thing. Like, basketball is a language of its own, and you know, you're able to form bonds with people just from that language. And because, you know, everybody that's played, they understand the type of sacrifices that you have to make in order to you know, reach a certain level, and so they understood that, and we all. Was a grown man at 14.
Yeah,
like he was a kid, but like his frame, he was a grown man. Like, bro, he was just moving like grown men out the way when we were over there playing against, you know, men, professional teams in France. And El was just moving them out the way. And bro, like, Lamar was probably one of the most gifted players I had ever been around. Like, dude was 6'10" at the time, 6'9".
14?
Yeah, at 14.
Yeah,
so
crazy.
He's getting it off of the rim and bringing it up. Pushing the rock behind the back, no look, at 6'9", 6'10", and this is like, you didn't see that, especially that.
Right.
At that,
back then,
you
right?
see it now.
Right.
You have the Wembys and the you know, the guys that the Durants and the Giannis, but this was back
93,
at 94, where Lamar was like the rebirth of Magic. You know what I'm saying? At 14, bro. So
left-handed.
yeah, he was left-handed. So, but yo, like, man, I was in awe of, you know, like, the talent. You know, I thought I was good, but it just let me know that, like,
more work.
yo, there's people out here that
Level, yeah.
there's definitely levels.
levels.
There's definitely levels, cause Lamar could do everything that I could do. He was just 6'9".
Right.
Now he couldn't jump as high as I could,
Right.
he didn't have to,
Right.
cause he was already like,
Right.
whatever, a foot from the rim. So, but Man, you guys took me back to my childhood. That's because I haven't had the opportunity to talk about none of this.
Right.
Like
Sound topic, baby.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
13
Nobody
in
knows
France.
these stories except the people that know. Yeah.
You know that's crazy because I don't mean to cut you off, Jake.
Yeah.
I know you got some questions, but it's crazy because I'm like, I don't know too much shit that, you know what I mean? I don't think I don't know too much, but I definitely didn't know that story.
Yeah.
13, that was a nice one right there.
Especially at the age 13. So that was your drive from you seeing something different at that age. That's what really drove you to come home and get better.
Yeah, so after that, it was like, what you're doing is not enough. Because I gotta compete with that 6'9" guards.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like I had to find like a niche to where I'll be able to navigate and still be able to be productive on the same level.
Do you remember like any scoring like that you was doing at that time? Like what number you was dropping, what number you wasn't dropping?
No, I mean, we were just doing whatever we had to do to win at
overseas
at that moment. Yeah,
okay.
Because I mean, we ran it through, Lamar and Elton, and then everybody else we were just role players.
And you was what age?
I was 13.
13 years old. That's crazy.
They were 14.
That had to be hard.
That's crazy.
Matter of fact, we have Lamar King too.
What?
Yeah, Lamar.
King was shout out to King, man. Cool. Yeah.
That's my brother, man.
Rowdy right there.
A couple months ago, I spoke to him.
Yeah.
Where's cool in DC
Still
still?
in the VA and all that, huh?
Yeah.
I said DC. You said VA. Yeah.
So if I had to list, if I had to make a list of people that had the most influence on my basketball career, non-coaches,
Right.
non-coaches, just like from my childhood till now. And not nobody on the 98 team. I'm gonna name people that people don't know.
Yeah.
Had the so I'm naming people that people don't know. So, well, you know them, but you didn't know how influential they were on my development and my career and my journey. So first, I rest in peace, Tweet. Ron Sweet.
What?
Like,
yeah, that's Park days, right?
He was my coach, Burrell.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Coach, bro, he took me under his wing. You know what I'm saying? And he gave me like the confidence, bro, like to believe in myself. Like, everybody has their doubts in whatever they're trying for the first time or something that's new, but Tweet like he picked me up, man. So it meant a lot.
Yeah, that's fire, man.
DeJuan Gaines, bro, like
Who do what?
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah.
We used to spar every summer, bro. At J. Brill, 1-on-1, and DeJuan was 6'8". You know what I'm saying? Like with handle and but I used to stay with my grandmother, 527 Page Street, and she used to let me walk down to J. Burrell and play there. DeJuan, Ron ride his bike, twisted his hair, and pull up to the park, and we play ones. He would show me some stuff.
Yeah.
That's
You know what I'm
crazy.
saying? And man,
That's
bro,
crazy.
like,
DeJuan, man, he used to be my cheat code when we used to be picking up teams.
Yeah.
And if I don't got first pick, I already know they getting Jake.
Yeah.
So I ain't getting Dewan. I just be like, hold up. You know what I mean? Get me a couple guards and then I get Dewan later. You feel me?
Spinning off the board.
Yeah, shout out to Dewan.
Yo, he had the Kyrie spins before Kyrie, bro.
I remember when he made that shit up. I thought that shit was so stupid. Like, yo, just relay the ball. He'd be right here. He'd be like, nah. You know what I mean? Like, yo, my nigga, what's all that?
Yo, I ain't gonna lie. I got that from Dewan, bro. Like the spins. I got that from Dewan. Like I didn't get it from Kyrie. I'm older than Kyrie.
Right.
So I didn't see Kyrie. You know, like the kids may see me do it now and they be like, oh, Kyrie. No, I got that from Dewan. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, don't tell me about Kyrie. Don't disrespect the Kyrie. But I'm older than Kyrie. How the hell am I gonna watch Kyrie and steal something from Kyrie? Yeah, bro, I got that from Dewan. That spin. And he used to have like an awkward shot too. And he always hit it off the glass.
Bro, like this.
He would like wind it up and
just like this.
Yeah.
Telling you.
Wow, fast.
Yeah, and then
That's crazy.
That's
dope.
Dewan, man.
Yo, Will, not for nothing, man. I'm sorry, y'all. Yo,
that was a dope
Yo,
shot.
Dewan gang, yo, that is so dope of you, my guy.
Yeah.
I swear to you, that just touched me on a whole nother level because where people are at today, I don't think they know how special they are to themselves to know what they've done for other people. So I have to say, like, the Dewan gang, that just sorry, y'all. You know what I mean? Yo, Dewan gang, that was dope, G. Yo, that was dope. That was dope, G. My bad, you continue.
Nah, you good. Then after that, bro, I got two more. Javier Anderson, bro.
Ooh, Michael Jordan.
Yo,
Michael Jordan.
Javier, bro.
My goodness, G.
Javier was Baby Jordan. That's what
Jordan, boy.
He used to call Baby Jordan, bro. And that's what he was. He had the leg sleeve. He lost his hair early.
Yeah, Ben lost that.
Lost his hair early.
He lost that at like 15. That's crazy. Yeah.
Javier was so cold, bro.
Yeah, he was cold.
Yeah, bro. Like that, and yo, he took me on his wing, bro. I'll never forget it. We was playing for Tweet. I remember our jerseys and everything. We were on the gray team.
The Suchis.
I don't remember the sponsor, but that's the thing. Yo, Burrell, we had the sponsors. Like we had even the T-ball and the baseball back in the day. You had the stewards. You had the all of the local businesses.
Birch Plumbing.
Yeah, they used to support.
school
His
season.
grandfather's paving company.
Yeah.
I was on the red team. You know what I mean? Anderson. Yes, sir.
Right. We used to have that community. That's missing.
It takes brothers like y'all, like myself.
You ever
It's missing.
Did you put who played for Harders? Scabs and Harders, Harders. Black owned Joe. JB and them some.
All of that, man. You missed those days. But you know, Javier, we were on a great team, and bro, just like him, just like taking me under his wing because he was old. He was older than I was. You know what I mean? Like just putting his arm around me like a brother. You know what I'm saying? Like a big brother I ain't have. Right. Like I was the oldest.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And just.
Right.
Yeah, I played with Javier my first year going up from biddies to going up, like whatever that is.
Yeah.
I remember playing with Javier. I was like, damn, I ain't never gonna get in this game.
No.
Never getting in the game.
Javier was cold, bro.
Sheaf was still playing.
Man,
it was lit.
It hurt me, like, cause I would have had the opportunity to play with him again, like in high school. And it hurt me when he had that heart murmur.
Yeah.
That joint hurt me, bro. Cause I was like, oh, yo, we from Burrell, we was teammates in Burrell. We gonna play Escalade High, like we gonna.
It'd have been crazy, right?
Yo,
I was in 9th grade when Bear was playing on varsity. He got the heart murmur. I remember that he was dropping on varsity.
He was killing.
Like,
he was killing, bro. And they had a squad too.
Yeah.
That game against
Anderson and all.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys went to his flu game? but it wasn't a flu game. It was like remember when his allergies had him puffing up.
Oh, his eyes and all that?
Yeah, they was playing BG. He still scored like 1921 or something like that. It was going crazy.
Bill was ahead of his time, bro. And
he was a freshman that year.
He had that name, Baby Jordan, for a reason, and it wasn't just because he looked like him and had the leg sleeve and all that, bro. Like his game definitely resembled him, and he was putting up numbers too.
Yeah, he was cold. He was cold.
I hate that got taken away from him. Yeah, for real. And then last but not least, bro, Flav, man.
G Murray.
I used to watch G as a kid.
Flav. What? He said, don't call him that no more. It's G Murray. He said, Flav is dead.
We always gonna call him that.
I always do too.
But you know, G, bro, like, G was out at Burrell hooping in combat boots.
Combat boots.
Like,
It's cute dog.
yeah, like,
The gold joint.
Yeah.
it was
Tongue all out.
dunking off the vert in combat hard bottom.
Yeah.
Hard bottom combat boots.
Sweet dad.
Shooting from half court, it was like, bro, nobody.
Regular jump
You
shot,
weren't
right?
seeing that. Like, he was pulling up regular elevated jumps. He jumped like this high too.
Yeah, too.
Jump shots, shoot from half court. And you know, he played Division I basketball, so it wasn't, you know, it wasn't man. But yeah.
To see that.
But to see that in the hood,
like,
you know what
bro.
I'm saying? And within that environment, and you know, this was back when Burrell had the men's league, and it was flooded in the park. It was
the
flooded
whole
in the
little
park.
SEC team, I mean, Fulton Montgomery team used to come up. They had a little mob. G used to be bringing his boys from college. The park used to be lit, man.
I miss those days, bro.
I seen rest in peace to Johnny Everett, man. Johnny Everett, trying to go at it with what you call it. He dropped a little 30 something though.
Johnny elevated on his jumper. That was a jumper.
Right.
Yeah, that G did too. Like that's how G used to do. Yeah, but I like Will said, like we wasn't seeing nothing like that. And then he had so much leaping ability. I forgot how short he was until I got a little older. Like he's
right. Yeah.
What is he?
But he played
6 maybe.
He played so tall out there on the court, you didn't realize how short he was.
Right.
Like you said, It was a problem out
He
there.
was nice, man.
But
Yeah, that's some influences.
But later, I'm gonna throw this last one, cause this gentleman right here, later, like, cause when I went to CBA, I was in 7th or 8th grade, and they had me playing center.
That's crazy.
That's crazy. They have no, but I mean,
Big Jake said that's crazy.
Yo, they had me playing center at CBA 7th or 8th grade, and then so this gentleman I'm about to name
His calves.
who is
I remember.
Bilal. Salute to Bilal, man.
Who, Muslim?
Bilal's the best.
Who you talking about? The Muslim?
Yeah.
Brother
yeah.
Bilal. Right. Cool.
Oh yeah,
Because Bilal was like, yo, Will. He was like, you gotta get your handle. You gotta get your handle right, because unless you're gonna grow to be 6'6" and above, you're not gonna be a center.
Right.
And you know, back then, I don't understand.
Straight.
I'm thinking that, you know, the coach knows what he's doing, and you know, they're putting you in position. And this is the reason, like with my girls, when I work with them, you know, the girls that I'm working with under my nonprofit, my 1 through 5 is doing the ball handling drills like my guards.
Right.
I'm not putting them in a box.
Right.
You know, because you're limiting their growth when you do that. And I didn't at that particular time, I didn't realize that my growth was being limited. Because at the time, like a traditional 5-man didn't dribble the basketball.
Not at all.
So now it's like I would have gone years without understanding that. In order for me to be successful later,
Right.
I needed the ball handling skill. You know, not only that, but the experience at the position that I was gonna play in the future. So, you know, Bilal shed that light on that, and then, you know, ever since then he would, and I didn't see him that often because, you know, I was back and forth overseas, but whenever we ran into each other, the other thing I loved about Bilal, he always hit me with like a bolt.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And it was all. And I'll give you this last thing about Bilal. He put me on to, and the crazy thing is, the person he put me on to, when I look back at a camp that I went to, he was my coach, and I didn't even know it.
Wow.
So everybody knows Dr. James Naismith, the inventor.
Oh, right.
The inventor of basketball, right? His student and his understudy was Dr. John McLendon, black dude. So he learned directly from John McLendon learned directly from James Naismith how to play the game of basketball.
Wow.
You know, he went on to win a number of championships, even more than Wooden. They hide him from the history books. They hide him from the history books. It's not until now where his story has come out, but this was way back when Bilal put me on to it. And then the name sounded familiar, but I was like, where do I know this name from? Where do I know this name from? So I go back and this dude named Dennis Jackson, he had a camp in Massachusetts, right? And it was called Play, Play. And he had a lawsuit with Nike because Nike stole it from him. But and which ultimately you can't go against a machine like that. But anyway, so when I go back and look at the pamphlet and flyer, John McLendon was my coach when I was at that camp.
That's crazy.
But that's the thing. It's like as a kid, sometimes you don't know your history because you're just too young and naive and just naive to the world. And I wish I could go back to when I was 13 because my interaction would have been different with John McLendon when I met him back then. Because I didn't even know probably the biggest legend in the whole game of basketball was in my presence. And I didn't even know who he was. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and
that's deep.
And this is probably one of the deepest things that my father ever taught me, right? And I'm not gonna tell everybody each level because sometimes when you give somebody something for free, they don't value it.
Right.
But when they look it up, it'll stay with them forever. And probably one of the deepest things my father ever taught me, he said, the 4 levels of knowledge. And I'll let y'all look that up. That'll be one of the jewels that I'll drop for this podcast. I want everybody to go and look up the 4 levels of knowledge. But I'll give you one, which is that example with John McLendon. And the level of knowledge is unconscious incompetence, right? So that means not knowing what you don't know. I didn't know who John McLendon was. But I didn't know who he was. But I should have.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
That was
you
dope
just
right
gotta
there.
have that intellectual curiosity to ask questions and seek the truth
Yeah, that's true.
and the answers to your questions. A lot of people don't know stuff because they don't want to know it.
Right.
What's stopping you from learning what you want to know? You.
Right.
That's it.
Right.
And that's why they say you want to hide something, put it in a book.
Yeah.
'Cause people ain't gonna see, you know what I mean, the knowledge.
Who needs a book when you got a phone now?
Right.
But that's what the kids are thinking, but not understanding that the book is more powerful
Right.
than the
Right.
phone. Right?
Right.
Because the difference is the screen versus the paper and the impact that the screen has on your brain and the impact that the paper has on your brain.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
So the screen is more detrimental than the book. And you get more from the book. But anyway, I don't want to get
Right there.
right
Nah, you right there. Yo, you heard well. You heard well.
Dropping them
When
gems.
I be writing, man,
Yeah.
I be still liking to write with the pen and the paper. It sinks in a little different. It's
Yeah.
just a different connection, I guess, bro.
Then the note, right?
Yeah. Then to be on the phone and be like, I don't be
Yeah.
writing on my phone.
Yeah.
I walk in with my notebook, dude be like, yo, boy, you still got a notebook? Like,
Yeah. But it's different.
kind of connection.
And research will show you exactly what I just mentioned, that there's and I'm not scientifically educated enough to explain you the difference, but the impact that the book, when you read from a book, has on your brain is different
Yeah.
than when you just read off your phone.
Mhm.
So that's
Yeah, I heard that too.
That's
I know you got, I just want to ask a question.
yeah. I'm here, man. Yo, listen. I said I was here. I carved out my day. You know, I got. You know, mom's is holding the kids down
Yeah.
right now, so I got time, man.
I remember when you say you was at CBA, you was in 8th grade.
Correct. Mine was over there too.
Me and Karan
Shout him
was,
out.
me and Karan was in 9th. Yeah, shout out Lana. Me and Karan was in 9th, and I remember when you was transitioning over.
Yup.
You was playing in summer league with us and all that.
Yup.
And then that's when D was coming back.
Yup.
What made you and your mom decide, or you, your mom and your dad decide that y'all was gonna leave CBA and come to the house? I know D
Well,
was
that was-
coming back.
So you know, Snack High was kind of wild back then.
Right.
You know, all the fights at the games,
Mm-hmm.
all of the stuff that was going on in the school.
You had to be there. You had to be there. It was crazy.
It was crazy. It was
Albany
crazy.
games against Schenectady was guaranteed.
Yeah, it was
Jeez.
it was a different time, but it was chaos.
Yeah.
And you know, my mom and I had a bunch of cousins and family members that were there, and my mom was trying to get me out of that environment
Right.
and just put me in a place to where I could concentrate.
Right.
So that was the reason why I wasn't in the Schenectady school system at the elementary. I mean, I was in a they had me in a Catholic school from kindergarten to 6th grade, but 7th and 8th grade they took me out of Schenectady and
Yeah.
sent me to CBA on Albany. So that you know it was a military all boys school. You had to wear a uniform, all of that.
Right.
You had to shine. They taught you. One thing I did learn. I definitely learned a lot from going there. You know, it taught me a little bit more discipline too, because it was like a military school. So you got demerits and all that stuff. If you didn't have, you know, different things in order, they would check the locker. It was really strict, and I kind of needed that. Yeah, I kind of needed that because I didn't really have any structure back then, and you know, my cousins were wild, and it was, you know, they were trying to just get me away,
Right.
out of fear of me going the wrong way.
But I'm saying,
and just to answer your question, I'm sorry, man. So D came to the house, and you know, he and my mom went to school. To these camps, like me, Jake, Pat, Justin, like everybody, Janelle, everybody. We all went to Coach D's camps as a kid, but he came to my house and spoke to my mom and was like, "Look, this is what I'm doing. I'm taking over this situation, and I'm not gonna. I can't promise your son anything, but I'd like him to come to Schenectady High and eventually play for me. Yeah. You know, whether he has to spend time on the freshman team, JV, this brings me back. I have to name one more person. Don't let me forget. But because if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't have played at Schenectady High, and I'll get into that. But yeah, so D was able to get my mom to trust him, and he said that he was gonna make sure like I didn't get in any trouble. I didn't, you know, skip school with like my cousins and all that. Yeah. So he was watching me just like he was watching all of y'all. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? If Jake wasn't there in the morning, he sent somebody to go get him. You know what I'm saying? So D was on. Yeah. The time he was on with me, he was on with everybody. Yeah. And so that's how he convinced my mom to let me go there. And then also they had even though Schenectady High School at that time was wild, they had the top of the top education programs there. Like, and this was back when GE was rolling. You had
GE program.
You had the technical program, the engineering program. You had the GE program, and you know they were putting money behind that. Yeah. So like you had the best teachers in the area. Right. So he was able to convince her with the academics, and also that he would make sure that I was making the right decisions. No. So now I'm at Schenectady High.
Yo, so before you keep going, right?
Yeah.
Because there was a big misconception that he promised you this and promised you that.
No, there was no promises,
and people thought that. All right, cool.
Pete, you're talking about for those that know.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Yeah.
So
Facts.
Coach D was not gonna put me on varsity my freshman year, and I had no intentions of playing varsity my freshman year. I was like, yo, I'm gonna play freshman and average 30. That was my mindset. But when I got to Schenectady High School, it was like a couple weeks before like tryouts, and D started to do like the open gyms, right, for the varsity. But my mind, I'm like, I'm not playing varsity. Yeah. So I wasn't going to the open gyms. And man, I'm walking through the hall, and this is the dude this was gonna be the name that had the impact. Justin Henderson. He
Justin.
grabbed me up, he grabbed me, and I was tight, cause like, we was about to like, get into a little stuff. But he grabbed me up out of love.
Yeah.
And like, kind of like, you know what I mean? Like pushed me up against the lockers and was like, yo, you effing up. And I had never really had anybody like, you know what I'm saying? Like, grab me up like that, one, and then tell me like, I'm effing up. Like, but I was, like, it hit me and I was kind of confused because I was like, yo, get off me, first of all, like, what are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? He's like, yo, why ain't you coming to the open run? And I'm like, oh, I'm not playing varsity. Like, what do you?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And he's like, it ain't about that. He was like, you're effing up. And he was like, you need to be coming to these runs. And at the time, bro, like, you had Justin Henderson, you had Eric Flutie.
Yeah, that
You know what
was
I'm saying? You had Javier Anderson, and like those was like the big dogs at the time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So and they were coming back because they were seniors.
Right.
So like they were gonna be seniors, and so I was like, yo, I'm just gonna play freshman. And then so Justin, like, he ended it with it was like, you don't even know the opportunity that you're closing the door on.
Oh wow.
That's what he hit me with. And that sat with me because like I didn't know what he was talking about. You know what I'm saying? And you know, Coach D, like, we never had a conversation.
Yeah.
We never had a conversation. He never said like, yo, come over here and you're gonna play varsity as a freshman. None of that was in the card. The reason why that ended up even becoming an option is because of other people were messing up.
Yeah.
right.
You know what I'm saying? And then so Javier had the medical issue.
Right.
That eliminated him. They was gone down one now.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then you have Flutie, who was effing up.
Yeah, that was my mob. I
You
used
know
to
what I'm
love that mob.
So
It was crazy.
so like if it wasn't for like Justin Henderson, and then the unfortunate issue with Javier, and then Flutie getting into trouble. That was the only reason why I had the opportunity to potentially play varsity.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And Justin had to have had a conversation with Coach D, and Coach D probably shared with him, like, yo, I got to let Flutie go, and Javier has the medical. We're not going to be able to let him, because the school, he was still going to play, but the school shut him down because they didn't want to be liable to allow him to play with a heart murmur.
Wow.
So that was the only reason why I ended up getting the opportunity to try out for the varsity squad was because Javier's unfortunate medical condition, and then Flutie getting kicked off the team.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
So, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah. No, that was it.
Yeah, it was wild. It was wild back then. Flutie was a wild boy.
Yeah, how was wild. I remember.
Oh man.
Yeah. Yo, that guy.
It was crazy.
There was a lot going on.
Yeah.
People were getting stabbed, all types of stuff. Yeah.
From that journey, from your high school journey, we're gonna go into your college journey now. Where'd you start off at?
So look, ending high school, and everybody knows I had cornrows, I had long hair, braids. So Coach D used to have tough conversations with me in his office. He's like, yo, Willie, like, are you gonna cut your hair? And I'm like, what you mean, D? He's like, yeah, like you're losing opportunities here. Like people are that would like to offer you a scholarship, are not offering you a scholarship because of your hair is saying you look like a thug. And
So they were checking you off because of that.
yeah, correct. So I lost a lot of scholarships, a lot of opportunities, just by not
Cutting your hair.
cutting my hair. But it was more than that for me, because I didn't want people judging me by my hair. I wanted them to judge me by my grades. I wanted them to judge me by my character. I wanted them to judge me by, the team accomplishments. But, in the society that at that particular time that we were living in, they weren't even giving all of that other stuff a chance.
Right.
They just saw that I had braids and just associated with that with something negative, and that was it. And that closed the door on a lot of opportunities. And I was thankful to still get an opportunity before I left, which I ended up choosing Boston College.
Right.
But even there, they lied right in front of my face. Like, as soon as they said, "Oh, your hair is not an issue," but the first day, and they made us come to like summer school. The first day I got there, one of the racist assistants was like, "Yo, when you gonna cut your hair?" And I was like, "What?
Like what?
We just had this conversation before I signed,
Right.
and you hit me with that the first day."
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it just let me know that it didn't matter what type of character I had. It didn't matter how high my grades were. It didn't matter that I had a state championship. All they saw was a black kid with braids and associated that as being negative. And that was it. That trumped everything else.
Yeah.
Didn't matter how many positive things. It didn't matter that I came from a good family. It didn't matter that I had never gotten in trouble or anything. It didn't matter. Because they weren't even willing to look at that.
Right.
All they saw was what they saw, and that was it.
Yeah, that was ugly.
This makes it even crazier now because of the culture of basketball now. Like, you
That's
see
all you
everybody's
see.
hair now. It's
That's all you
like,
see.
it's crazy.
Shifted,
Yeah.
right? Times changed.
Yeah, times change.
Right. But
They wanted a certain image back then.
right.
You
Exactly.
know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
They didn't care how cool, how good, nice kid you was, no nothing. Nah, that ain't the image, man.
Yeah.
Want you looking clean and da
But
da
I
da da.
mean, even in Ivy League schools and all, like, you see kids with
Yeah,
braids and braids and
yeah,
all
right.
that. Like,
Stanford.
yeah.
Yale, Stanford,
Yeah.
just like you said.
So my question to the three of y'all is, because y'all had, college experience, you know what I mean, separately in different schools. When Willie's talking, do y'all see what he's saying? What y'all been through? Do you see the light? Do you see similar things?
Oh, yeah.
Of, you know what I mean? Because he hasn't got into full depth yet of where he's going with it. But me, I can see what he's saying. But y'all have you've been to Syracuse. You've been to Texas.
When I was at Canisius, I had a coach there before I signed when I went on my visit and all that. He was Catholic, so he didn't like earrings. So I had my ears pierced. And when I got on campus, he used to make me run for wearing earrings. Wow. I was 17 for wearing earrings. Well, it was 16 back then. When we were 16.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why you ain't say this before? Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah. But like you said, they say what they say to get you here.
Right, yeah. But we know that now.
Yeah,
But when you going through it, it's like, damn, like,
I mean,
that's crazy.
I most definitely got those, especially I understand with the hair thing.
Yeah.
So,
Because you had the dreads.
yeah, I was a rebel too.
Yeah.
I would get a tattoo every other week and all
Right,
that. So I
right.
did the opposite
Yeah.
that Rick didn't want me to do.
Right.
And I just did the opposite. So I mean,
And they hold
I am who I
against
am.
you.
They,
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
they held it against me
Yeah,
for sure,
for sure.
but I'm not gonna stop being who I am
Right.
because I'm not that type of person that you're trying to take the pick. So I understand where you come from. That.
Yeah.
And sometimes you have to make a sacrifice and live with what comes with that in order to pave the way for the people that are coming behind you.
Yeah.
You know?
Right, because you was like one of the first nationally televised kids with cornrows, right?
That's a fact. That's a fact.
That's a fact.
Can you explain that though?
I really want to go on record and say, like, I was the first top Division I basketball player to ever play on nationally televised games with cornrows. Until somebody
Talk that talk. Talk that talk, brother.
Until somebody proves that wrong, like, I'm gonna stand on that because all of the leagues that I played in, I was the only one.
That's crazy.
You know, if you look at the
You got to
guys,
see his face when he says
if you look at the guys that
Facts.
that ended up getting braids, like the Rip Hamiltons, the Allen Iversons, they didn't get braids until they went to the NBA.
Right.
They didn't have it in college.
Yeah.
I had it in college.
Yeah, I never thought about that.
And I had it.
Said that.
And I had it at Purdue.
Peace,
Right.
Dep.
Right.
So
You know what I'm saying? So like, yo,
we gonna get to that next.
Yo, hold on. Let's Will's still going, right? You still going on?
yeah, go ahead, yo.
Let me just shout out a couple people.
Go ahead.
Del Doughboy, Jabu,
Yes, sir.
Sean Reed,
Yeah.
Bo Tucker,
Salute.
Thomas Richards, Cooler, Brooklyn George, Trey Maddock, Mr. Hines, Marcia Gaston, Treese. I'm gonna miss a couple of y'all, but Tiff Baker, good looking.
Yeah.
We're gonna keep it pushing, dude. We're gonna keep it pushing.
Y'all tuning in.
Yeah, you go ahead, Will.
But that was it, cause everybody that I played against that ended up getting braids, like when they went to the league, like they didn't have that in college.
Yeah.
Like
I ain't never even look at it like that.
I used to tell.
That's different, though. It's different.
It's crazy because when we used to go to arenas and stuff, like they used to always yell Snoop, Snoop.
Yo, my bad. Bolo said don't call them Bo Tuckers. Bolo. My bad.
Bolo.
So listen, this.
Bolo was like, don't. You ain't never called me Bo.
Get your hair done, like so you know they can stay off your back.
It's crazy, but it wasn't even about like yo Will, you need to get retwisted. It wasn't. It was just like they
want
just
you to cut it.
They just like yo cut that off.
Yeah.
Like we don't want that here.
Right.
Like
That's
that.
crazy.
We don't want that. Cause I my joints, I would have every game like I would have my joint twisted up.
Fresh.
Yeah, whether it's somebody at the school was like, yo, let me bring your hair, whatever. But I would make an extra effort to make sure like it was clean.
Yeah.
Because they were already on me.
Yeah,
It wasn't like I would go like weeks and weeks without getting my hair.
The reason why I asked you that is because we had a coach by the name of Rob Lanier.
Okay.
And you know, shout out to Rob. He's the one who got me down to Texas.
Mm-hmm.
He always would tell me, keep it clean. As long as you get it done.
Right.
That's why I asked you that question.
Yeah. Nah, I mean you think that would be the case, but at that particular time, you know, they weren't accepting it at all. Like they associated that with a thug, and that was it.
That's crazy. That's Boston College you're talking about?
I mean, just
oh, you're just talking about what you call
in
it.
general,
Right.
like
Yeah. Not just
at that time. Just at that time, because you know when I went to Purdue, like that was like the prerequisite for me to even try out.
But so
yeah, that was crazy.
I was like, you didn't say that, right? You led the damn Big Ten in scoring, bro.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Big Ten's always been a tough conference.
First team,
right?
all of that.
So it's like that's different. That's different. You led it in scoring with Frank Williams. Frank Williams was on Illinois at that time, right?
Shout out Frank.
Word.
Yeah.
You had Michigan State.
Yeah. So Michigan State, they had big Zach Randolph.
Z-Bo.
So That's when you played
Jason
it.
Richardson.
Yeah, Jay Rich.
That's when you played at Purdue, though, right?
Yeah.
How did you play your freshman year at BC? I just wanted to ask you that before we go push on.
No, I played as a true freshman, which was,
Right. I remember that.
It wasn't
happening.
Freshmen were not playing. Bro.
I remember that. Yeah.
I played as a true freshman. I almost had a triple double against the UConn. So that was like Elamine. You had Rip Hamilton.
Yeah, that was that mob.
Like,
What's the big fella's name?
Jake Voskuhl.
Jake. Yeah.
Big Jake Voskuhl.
Okafor wasn't there yet.
Nah,
Right?
no. I'm older than old.
Okay, for my time.
Yeah. But yeah, so like, bro, I almost I had 17-7 against UConn.
Right.
And
Right.
Yo, I had
It's promising here.
17 points in 15 minutes against Vontevo Cummins at Pittsburgh.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Like we got blasted by Syracuse in the Big East tournament, but I was the high scorer. You know what I'm saying? So it was like,
Right.
I had my moments, and as a true freshman,
Yeah, that's the only thing you need to see is promise and potential.
like as a true freshman, to be getting the playing time that I was getting was not really happening at a lot of places unless you were like McDonald's.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it was just.
Or if you was the coach's guy.
Yeah. So you know, it was like I was like, okay, cool, like I'm gonna just have a crazy summer and then come back and you know what I'm saying, and put my stamp on this thing and you know.
So would you say?
It didn't work out.
Would you say, Willie, like these are things that you're painting so that people can't see or didn't see?
Right.
That these errors, trial and error, they would say, but I would say errors because there ain't no trial in it because they're you're coming into the school, you sign, you're in Purdue, and they're coming to you when you cutting your hair off, or you know what I mean? Like these are trials and tribulations that you're going through. What we're not seeing you when you're on that court,
which was, you know, at the time, like it's damn near harassment.
Yeah.
Well, you want a water?
No, thank you. I appreciate it. But you know, that's what it kind of was. It was just like, they was just trying to like bully me to conform, you know. So it's just.
I got you.
And I wasn't with it. I wasn't with it. I was just standing on my morals and my beliefs, and you know, I wasn't committing any crime by having my hair a certain way. So, you know, I was standing on that. And if they couldn't accept me for who I was, then you know, I just maybe it wasn't meant for me to be there.
Right. Yo, bro, you played a lot of basketball, a lot. You got a lot of miles on you. You played in a lot of countries as well, professionally. How has that shaped your perspective on the game and life?
Oh man, I'm thankful for the perspective it's allowed me to have, because you know, I was able to learn both sides of the coin. You know, like overseas, the big being fundamentally sound. As you can see with the huge influx of overseas players in the NBA, and you know, you can argue that they've kind of taken over our game with if you look at the recent MVPs and the man, like the leaders of the teams are essentially becoming all foreign players, and
you could tell by the draft alone.
Yeah,
like,
the
whoa.
drafts.
Like, whoa.
Jake and I were overseas, so when the overseas guys were getting drafted, we were like, oh yeah, I remember, you know, I played against he killed us. When he comes back home, everybody's like, who?
Yeah.
Who's that? Mirovic?
Mirovic.
People can't even say
Say the name, yeah.
Here in the States, but you know, I was thankful to be over there and see like, you know, these players, like even Wemby, like when I was on Friends, like Wemby was like a little kid, but I saw him and Antetokounmpo when I was in Greece, he was a little kid. You know,
that's
like,
crazy, right?
You see the potential in them? And
nah, you know, you just saw a big lanky kid.
Right.
Right.
You're like, man, they tall for their age.
Yeah.
You know, but it's not like we really got. Well, I didn't really get to see them play. It was just, you know, you just used to see just tall kids and then you know, now you see them on TV and you're like, damn, I remember that little kid.
Yo, is there dudes overseas? This is a question for both of y'all, I guess.
Yeah.
Is there dudes overseas that you're like, whoa, I can't believe he ain't in the league at least yet? Or do you know, like, okay, he's probably a little over the hill now. He's a little older. He used to be nicer. Like, you know what I mean? Do you see like a couple misses over there? Like, whoa, they missed on this kid.
Dejan
Well,
Bodiroga.
go ahead, Jay.
Dejan Bodiroga. He played for Rome. He was a Yugoslavian dude, 6'9", handle, shoot. He never came over here.
But what I was gonna say is that the players that I would have named, it was their choice.
Well, like they ain't even want to come, right?
Right, like because you had some of the Europeans come and then went back because they were like,
Yeah.
because and Jay could tell you this, like a lot of Europeans, they look at the NBA as not real basketball. Because they look at it as just
Flash.
individual basketball. Right. It's
Right,
not
no
team.
team, right,
Like
right.
in Europe, bro, they want you to do like 3 drives and kick and make like 5 passes, like
Right. It's still that
before
way.
you shoot. You know, it's not a rule, but it's kind of like an unwritten rule where they want you to move the ball, they want you to, you know, shift the defense, and I get it.
Right.
I get it. It's not isolation basketball, which you see a lot of in today's NBA. It's like, I throw it into KD and let him get busy.
Yeah, right.
Give it to James Harden on the wing and
Clear out.
Clear it out.
right.
It's like the Europeans. They're like, no, that is not basketball, and I understand exactly.
Yeah, you don't went to college because the college setup is more like that too. Like, whoa, swing that around a couple times. You know what I mean? Right. I could. I never heard that before, but I could see that instantly as soon as you say
so
that.
They look down at that style of basketball. ISO, you know, the Europeans they look down on that, and I understand and I can appreciate that too, because who wants to play on a team where, you know,
Right.
only one dude is really playing.
Yeah.
You know, so I get it.
So, Will, with this part of the segment, we usually give a break. You know what I mean? We're going to go into break, you know what I mean? You know, wind down, and then we'll be back. So, the people, you know what I mean? We're going to take a small interlude, you know what I mean?
How long?
Give Will a break.
We'll be what? 10 minutes.
If you could, you know, keep tuning in. Cause we still got some lengthy time to go and a lot that he has to talk about. He wants to get off of his chest, and it's his time. So if y'all could, you know, hold on. We'll be right back at you.
Pause for a minute.
You know what I don't like, man?
Yeah.
I don't like these niggas out here claiming they love you while you up like a duck. As soon as you have a misstep, you know, now you want to pick apart a nigga's flaws and all that. Listen, man. At the end of the day, man, if you respect somebody, man, you be loyal to him. You know what I mean? Yo, this is my brother PK, man. SFL shit, man.
Yeah.
Might well get him.
Yeah, know they love me when I'm up or when I'm down. I can see the fine, them niggas never be around. Niggas never standing up, fuck them started manning up. Soon as I got my bag back, or niggas back in town. Miss me with that mixy shit, got me on this itchy shit. The marathon continues in this Crenshaw Nipsey fit. Know you niggas hate me now, hate me more than ever too. Just give me one more. I be acting like Richie Rich. Fuck is y'all talking? Y'all ain't talking about paper, y'all ain't talking about nothing in it. Talk to y'all later, know nothing about loyalty. Scriptures die neighbor, shit you putting in the air is the reason I'ma die later. After, until then you gon' hear me chapter after chapter to the mini-me's. You ain't never have to be a bastard, we ain't enemies. I just put the pain on the canvas, showtime. Never will I ever Kurt Rambis. Gold mine, know it in my heart and understand this. I don't know the plan, but I know what the plan is. Grow, get better every day, take chances. Reach for my arms are stronger than lances. Hindsight is 2020, ooh, second glances. Wanna run it back, but there's no second chances. Present me, no second guessing me. Chef boy, a P word to C, I got the recipe. Boy, I'm a G, you see a G standing next to me. And I don't gotta say it, he just read it, telepathy. Boy, I'm a G, you see a G standing next to me. And I don't gotta say it, he just read it, telepathy. Yeah.
In your industry, you should be chilling. And if you're number one in your industry, you got enough common sense to know you better not be chilling. Every single day of my life, I feel like giving 100. Every single day. Somebody said yesterday, E.T., you gave 120. What you gonna do tomorrow? I said, I don't know. Give 140. I don't know, but I don't have days where I don't feel like it. Why? Because
Yeah, diamond in the rough, diamond in my ears. The struggle that I came from be defining why I'm here. If I ain't king, I gotta be the truest. Fuck 10 toes. Been walking on them coals like a Buddhist. They got malice, so Judas built a palace, so they Brutus. Bite their hand, can understand, they forgot where the fruit is, where the food is. Niggas foolish, I'm a gym, no jeweler. Took days off, after days off, Ferris Bueller. Still I'm back like someone flashed a bat sign. The flow that never ages, I've been on that time. I done gave you pages, I'm a legend, check the stat line. Jersey in the rafters, that was at halftime. Okay, stand up, nigga, they ain't half mine. Baddie with a fatty, let me fuck her till she flatline. Then back to the show again, road again, blue faces rolling in. Script on a nigga, still I'm slicker than Batrodian. They never taught me I kamikaze my way to the snakes and the serpents who paparazzi my date. So blatant in their purpose, they hope they lock me today. But I'm a lip reader, boy, you gotta watch what they say. I'm breaking bank, they want me laying the francs. Some of these niggas close, I wish they said what they think. Family over everything, bank after that shit. Banking on myself, I ain't banking on no rap shit. What's up?
my wife's counting on me. My son's counting on me. I don't have days to waste. There's nothing wrong with the opportunity. You're not giving 120. You're giving 70. You're giving 60. You're giving 50. And you want what these people who've given sweat, who's given blood, who's given tears, you want what they paid for, and it ain't free. You don't belong at the bottom, and it's time for you to get your butt from down there. It's time for you to stop being comfortable at the bottom. Get your butt up and get to where you're supposed to be.
Yes, sir.
The intermission was great. Well needed.
Appreciate y'all.
Thank y'all. Well, yeah, we're gonna get into the NIL era and some of the advice you would give to today's athletes. And with these NIL opportunities, all the other good stuff, how would you have navigated these deals if it was in our time?
Man, it's tough. Because when you look at it, you see the kids, they're bouncing to different schools every
Right.
year.
Every year.
And I mean, you know, it's tough. I see it from both sides. I get it. You know, the kids are trying to take advantage of every opportunity that they can because the sport is so unpredictable. You can't predict injuries. You can't predict, you know, career-ending injuries. So, you know, the kids are trying to do what they feel is the best to, you know, cement their future. I don't really blame them, but on the flip side, you look at the coach. He's trying to build something. It's difficult to build something when you have, you know, kids leaving every year, or you know, kids that you've invested in are just jumping ship, you know, mid-season or you know, as soon as the transfer portal opens. It's just, you know, I see both sides of the coin, and you know, if I were in these kids' shoes, man, I guess I would just try to find some place to where, you know, they have the best. Well, the best for my future at heart. You know, like, you know, I don't think I'll be one of those guys that would jump from school to school, because I feel like
that's not enough balance.
Something special. It takes time. Like, it's tough to do it in 1 year.
It's loyalty, right? It's loyalty.
Yeah, and yo, it's crazy you said that, because that's what the acronym is for my nonprofit.
Okay.
Like, people see the life and they like, yo, what life mean? And they think it's just life, but it is life, but it's loyalty, integrity, faith, and education.
You should have told me that. Well, man, how to put that up there, bro. You know, where people can contribute, man.
Yeah,
contributing
support
ain't just about money. You know what I'm saying? Time, effort. You know what I mean? Gratitude.
Yeah. But yeah, there's loyalty is far and few these days, especially in the sports world, because, you know, college sports has now become a business more than anything.
Will.
Yeah.
Ain't it really? It's even starting. Even if you're a good high school player, you might not even stay at your high school for your 4 years. You might.
Yeah.
These kids are jumping from this school. Now I like this school a little better. I'm gonna go play at this school instead. You know, who did that too? Like, I don't know if it was Mikey Williams, but it was definitely Dior jumped a couple schools.
Well, this is the thing.
Yeah, it's like a lot of kids are doing that now.
Yeah. This is the thing with that. So when you go to a public school, you can't reclass once you hit 9th grade.
Right, it's 4 years, right?
So, for example, if you go to Schenectady High, you're in 9th grade, you play your year, you can't stay back and reclass and be in 9th grade again.
Right.
But if you go to CBA, if you go to like Green Tech, or you know, these private schools, the charter schools, you can reclass. So you can have it, or if you go to, you know, like a prep school like Albany Academy, you have dudes that, you know, they'll reclass in elementary, right?
Right.
Which won't count against their eligibility, and then reclass again when they get in high school. So like they'll reclass in elementary. So now you become a senior and you're playing against
sophomores.
Right. You're playing against. You're 2 years older.
You're 2 years their senior. Yeah,
right.
It's crazy.
So, and that's a big That's a big difference.
Yeah.
When you have it. So it's like, you're doing something and this kid has a 2-year head start on you. 2-year head start in the weight room. 2-year head start with experience. So it's like, now it's like,
That's dangerous.
you're at a disadvantage. And then the reclass, you're just putting yourself back into a pool that's already there, making that pool more flooded.
More congested, right?
But what do you think about like, this NIL era and all that, but what do you think about like them letting guys that play professionally come back?
That's crazy. That's crazy because when Jake and I were in school, if you declared for the draft, you had a small window to pull your name out of the hat. And if you didn't, then all your eligibility would be gone, and there was no returning back to college.
Hold up.
Yeah.
So you trying to tell me? Hold on. That's crazy. You just said what you just said. So you trying to tell me if you didn't pull your name at a certain time, you was unable to be going back to school to play ball?
You couldn't go back to you could go back to school
to play ball.
You wouldn't be able to play. No.
You've been ineligible.
You would have been ineligible. You would have had to just become a professional.
If you choose to get an agent, right? I'm thinking
that too.
You get an agent and go into the draft.
It's a done deal.
Then you wasn't supposed to go. They're just letting them do that.
But now it's just.
So that sounds like not for nothing. Like if y'all can put it together with me, is if y'all go out to go get your own money, you're not eligible to come back here for us to be taking your money.
No, you ain't supposed to be playing ball after you go professional.
Did you hear what I said though? As
now.
far as in like,
We couldn't work.
you tried to go get your own money by putting yourself on the draft, right? To go get a deal, right? In college, you're not making no money back in your time.
Right. Correct.
They're making all the money. They're making money off your jersey,
money,
all these things. So if you take an attempt to go get your own and
Don't get drafted.
you don't get drafted, we don't even want to represent you no
Now
more.
you can't go back to college back then.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, like if you left,
This was okay.
Even if you left like 10th grade, like all right, I'm out.
That's
here,
crazy.
And didn't get drafted, you wasn't going back.
That's part of the reason.
That's
That's
crazy.
part of the reason. Like a lot of kids, they're so undecisive. But now the window is bigger. Will.
Right.
So it changed?
Paid already.
Did that rule change?
It changed now because you have kids now that are going pro, and then pro's not working out, and then they're going back to college.
Right.
That's what's going on now. This is what.
That's what's going on now.
Right. That's crazy.
It's right. So it's like you have a 25-year-old kid that was playing professional last year, and then now he's back in
college playing against
What?
playing against 17 and 18-year-olds.
That's wild.
If you was in shape right now as a 45-year-old man, you got college eligibility.
Yeah, because you never won.
You never won. That's yeah. We can go play right now if we could make a team.
What in the wild world of sports?
But that would be all the way legit. You didn't play no what you call or nothing. But he's talking about dudes.
Yeah, but if I've been around
dudes
Willie,
going,
Jakey, and Al playing all my life, you feel me? Like I don't need to go to actually. You know what I mean? The only thing that's different.
Yeah, but
is,
it's about eligibility.
I get it.
That's how they.
So my question now to y'all, this NIL era thing, does that apply to y'all?
Go ahead, Will.
Are y'all eligible to get that NIL because y'all?
Nah,
I'll piggyback
in
on you.
a certain way.
Jake knows more about this than I do.
Talk.
Because that's his, thesis. So I could learn a lot from what Jake shares, but in my understanding of the NIL, which is not much, because I don't have much experience with it. The NIL, the name, image, and likeness, you get money through like endorsements, private companies, and through like the university. you know, and the university can get money different ways through alumni or, you know, different organizations. So, I mean, there's probably ways that Jake and I could benefit off the NIL with our respective schools, but I mean, as far as playing, that's I don't see that happening. But you know, as a coach, if Jake goes to Texas and becomes an assistant or something, he could get an NIL for sure.
You know, that's a fact. So it's backlog. I think they only took it back to 2015, 14, 15. So them players from our era not from our era. The era before us, no, after us, they could get paid. We can't get paid. Charles O'Bannon took them to court.
True.
2000. He took them to court, and you know he won his case. So he's getting paid from him being in the NCAA games and college basketball games.
Yeah, but wasn't he before you guys?
Yeah.
O'Bannon brothers, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what do you thinking individually that has to happen? Like you got to individually take them to court?
I mean, it has to be a movement for sure, but I think they're fighting for it more so now than ever. But that's a lot of players are gonna have to pay.
Because
Right?
not for nothing, me and PK and y'all probably used to play NCAA
For sure.
madness on the game.
We were in those games.
It looked exactly like it, y'all.
So now
Like
it had our
you
names in there.
Right.
Yeah, for real. So and it's just like there's money there. We're not even talking about like millions. You know what I'm saying? Even if you got 10,000 up front and $1,000 a month.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just putting out numbers. I'm not who to say, but you know what I mean? Like, I would really think y'all, I don't know if y'all got time.
And I think Jakey said something about that too. Like as far as the basketball games and shit like that.
Yeah.
If you go look into it, they probably can get it probably won't be a whole game, but
There's royalty in what y'all.
It'll be your percentage. You'll get something. Like,
They sold millions of dollars worth of, whether it was tickets or everything, and like to have nothing? Come on.
He was at one too, and I guarantee you that number 0 jersey sold.
You know what's crazy? You know what's crazy about that?
That's what it is.
You know what's crazy about that? Initially, they didn't have my jersey in the. Initially, they didn't have my jersey in the bookstore because I wasn't from Indiana.
What?
But hold up.
Wait, say that again?
So initially, when I was at Purdue,
Yeah.
they weren't selling my jersey in the bookstore, right?
Yeah.
So people started making my jersey and wearing it to the game.
Straight up.
And it wasn't until that happened that they started selling.
They was like, hold on, they was like, they're taking our money.
Well, I'm not saying like that was the specific reason why they weren't selling it because I wasn't from Indiana, but usually the jerseys that they have in the bookstores are people from Indiana first because they want to put jerseys in there.
That's recognizable, right?
That's recognizable, yeah.
Right.
So like I just landed at Purdue from, just from New York, just randomly, and then walked on and tried out, and ultimately ended up making the team and stuff. But
leading the Big Ten in scoring too, right?
Leading Big Ten in scoring, all first 10, big,
hold somebody.
Big Ten, all of that.
Somebody asked, was that the year that Illinois and D Brown was there too?
No.
No?
I can't talk for that.
D Brown was there. Ron Williams was there.
Yeah, that team was all right too, right?
Yeah,
that was all right.
Brian Cook.
B. Cook, yeah.
There was some dudes playing in that one.
Yeah.
All right, I forgot about them teams.
They were young too back then, right?
Yeah.
So
I remember watching y'all play on March Madness, right?
Oh yeah. Jay knocked this off.
How did it feel? How did it feel seeing both of your schools?
Yeah. Well,
play?
It's crazy because like coming from this small this small area, like how many of us made it like overseas or to the NBA. It was crazy because I played against Ray, I played against Lionel, I played against just like a lot of people like from this area that ultimately, you know, ended up going overseas and stuff, and it's like, damn, it's like from a small town, you know, for us to all be overseas, just like even like when Jake and Ray and Cheeks were all in Israel, like, come on, bro, like what?
All three? Wait, all four? Wait, how many? Who was over there? Just all three? What, 3 of y'all or 4 of y'all?
Yeah, that was it. Was just they were in Israel, and then you know when Ray was in Russia, I was in Russia, so I got to play against Ray. So it was just crazy. And then I when I was in Bulgaria, I got to play against Lionel. It was just crazy because you know Lionel and I were rivals like in high school, and then. Now that rival had got rekindled in professional overseas, you know, it was just crazy, and you know, the amount of people that made it like overseas just from this small little radius, and it could have been so much more.
Yeah, right.
It could have been so much more. It's just, you know, unfortunately, some people just made decisions at an age where they didn't understand what the consequences, you know, were gonna be on their actions. But man, you know, this area upstate has always been a hub for talent and potential. It's, you know, it's crazy. It's crazy.
You know, before we played y'all, I remember telling Royale to buckle up. But I told the other 4 bigs, I said, I'm the only one that fouls them. I remember that shit. I'm like, I'm the only one that fouls them.
Yo, y'all had a squad.
Because
man.
if one of y'all foul him and y'all foul him hard, I'm going to beat you up. That's my brother.
Yeah, man. That game, that was probably like one of the hardest games for me to play. Mm-hmm. Because you got to think, like, Jake and I grew up together. You know, we won a state championship together. Mm-hmm. And then like to meet in college on the biggest stage of college basketball, it was like I wanted us both to win.
Yeah, facts.
And it was just no way for that to be possible.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it was like that was probably the toughest game for me to play.
Yeah. Yeah, it was tough too.
It was hard. It was hard for me to play that game. Man, I don't know, cause I was just going through so many, like a wave of emotions. Like it was tough, man. But you know, like I said in his Hall of Fame speech, you know, if I had to choose somebody to lose to, like, you know. I'm glad it was my brother. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's a fact.
Yeah.
You know, that brought back a lot of things for me as well.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, damn, my bro.
Yeah.
And
Royale was flopping, man.
Flopping.
Yeah, flopping charts. Hey, I'm like, Royale, come on, man.
Well, bro, if Larry Shyatt wouldn't have got fired, we had an opportunity to play at Clemson together.
Yeah, that was crazy. People don't know that.
Oh, say that again?
I said,
yeah,
head coach got fired for Clemson. Right?
Did you know that?
So Jake and I were both getting recruited by Clemson. And I don't know if it was going to be a package deal or not. But, you know, I was a year ahead of Jake. Mm-hmm. And I was getting letters from Clemson and I was like, whoa, you know, this is ACC. Like, I'm gonna be playing against Duke and North Carolinas, and you know,
right? It's real.
That's
crazy. So I was like, yo, I might go. You know what I'm saying? And then I was talking to Jake one day, and he was like, yo, bro, Clemson Hustle sent you a letter too? And I was like, yeah, yo, you got a letter? And he was like, yeah. He was like, yo, you want to go?
That was crazy, right? Like,
That would have been crazy, right?
that's crazy. Both of
You
them.
want to go? And I was like, man, let's talk about this. And it was crazy because it was like a couple weeks later, and like the news was like, they were releasing them. Yeah, and I was like, damn. Well, I guess that wasn't meant to be.
Yeah, right.
And then after I finished that at Schenectady High, this was my options. I had Boston College, Georgetown, but Georgetown wanted me to go to prep school for a year.
Oh yeah, they do have a prep.
Because Georgetown liked older guards, older players. So the coach at Georgetown wanted me to go to prep school, and I wasn't going to prep school because at the time I was like, yo, I'm not. No, it wasn't John Thompson. It was.
Was it his son?
Nah, it wasn't. Because there was and I sincerely apologize for not knowing this gentleman's name, but it was a Caucasian gentleman before John Thompson's son came and took over, and he was the one that was recruiting me, and he wanted me to go to prep school first because they had they had a player there that he had 1 more year, and he was gonna go to the league or at least declare for the draft, and they didn't want to bring me in and just have me sitting behind this player. So they were like, yo, look, just go to prep school. We're gonna hire you for a year, and then you can come here to Georgetown. We'll give you a scholarship to come to Georgetown.
That would have been dope too.
And then I had North Carolina State. And the only reason why North Carolina State had even seen me was I had a relative that was an alumni at North Carolina State, and she was getting like copies of like my tapes, like my dad, because my dad would send it to her so she could watch the games.
Yeah.
And she was giving it like to the basketball office.
She was smart.
And she was like, yo, you gotta check out my cousin.
My cousin's nice.
That's dope. And at this time, like, schools like down south and on the West Coast were not recruiting up north. So it was like you would only get looks from up north schools, like the Syracuses and all of these schools like Rutgers, Jersey, St. John's, up and down the East Coast. Like we weren't getting any looks from the schools in the South or the schools in the Midwest or the West, because they would just recruit from their area. Now it's like you could have somebody at Florida go over there to California because you have the platforms like this, you have the YouTubes, you have all the different platforms to where now coaches, the globe has shrunk, and coaches have the ability to recruit from the inside of their home, and they can recruit from Italy.
Right.
It's like, okay, I could just go on to
the
World Wide Web, and I can just follow this player that's playing in the VTB League or the Euro League, and watch every game, the Euro Cup, and then I can just recruit them, and I don't have to leave leave my couch. But before, they used to have to hit the road and travel and go see this kid play, go see this player. So that's why kids up in the East, up north, were not getting recruited by the schools out in Cali, and so my cousin giving them my tapes, they would have never even seen me if not for that. So
and those were VHS.
And it was VHS tape.
Yeah, this nigga just sounded like Marty McFly. He said, "That's VHS."
See you, TZO Murder.
But you know, it's just, it's just, you know, technology has advanced the world so much that it's made it a lot easier for these schools to get access.
It's crazy that you say that, and then we're sitting here and you end up playing at Purdue, which is not on this side anyway, really.
Well, that's
like Midwest, right?
That's Midwest.
And Jakey went to Texas. Ain't
Right.
that some shit?
AAU.
Well, yeah, but Jake played more AAU than I did because, you know, when I was coming up, like AAU was fairly new, and it was only in the summertime.
Right.
You know, so like.
Right.
You know, I played City Rocks before Jim Hart.
Talk it.
You know what I'm saying?
Talk that talk.
I never played for Jim, and you know, people may not know that story, but I didn't know Jim.
Right.
You know, like I played City Rocks for a gentleman by the name of Bruce Suave, and City Rocks at that time when I was playing AAU was out of Bethlehem. You know, and we won 13 and under and 14 and under when I played for the City Rocks. You know, Jake, you know, his team won the championship for Jim, and then that's
Played with Mick, Converse All-Stars.
yeah. And I played with Mick, Converse All Stars.
What was that one team you played for with Karan and Ozinski? The blue and yellow team we played for?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I don't remember the name.
I don't remember the name. And then, you know, my dad had a team one time, like, that comprised, like, a lot of us from this area, like, and we hit the road, like, Philly and all that stuff. But yeah, so.
Yo, Will, I got a side question from a lot of people don't even know this. Let me ask you something, bro.
Yeah.
You was like him when it came to track too.
Oh,
early on.
Yeah. Nah,
I you know, we both ran together and all that, but like Will was him. Like, you dig what I'm talking about? I used to run the 2, he used to run the 1. Tobias is on the line, so it just made me pick up and just think about that. But he was like one of those. Was it just like, nah, I don't want to do this?
Nah, it wasn't that. So even before that, I was nice in baseball. Like my first letter from any sport was in baseball.
Yeah.
Yeah, my first. I had no basketball, nothing.
My son.
And I had a baseball like school, like interested in me. But I stopped playing baseball right when I went into high school, and I stopped running track. Seventh grade. But to tell you a quick story about the track story. So coming up, like my parents would put me in any and every sport
straight up
just to keep me out of trouble. You know what I'm saying? Like they were like, yo, I'm booking a schedule so that he has no time for anything else. So like I ran track, I played baseball, I played soccer, I played basketball. The only sport I couldn't play was football because I was too heavy, and I couldn't play Belmont.
Right.
Because you had a weight limit.
Yeah, back then it was a weight limit.
I couldn't play.
I rock either.
Yeah, because they were like, sorry, your son will have to lose 25 pounds.
Yeah.
My mom was like,
that's
my son is not playing any football.
Yeah, that's crazy.
There's no way he can lose 25 pounds.
That's crazy because BK had to gain this shit.
Yeah.
I remember this nigga eating a bunch of bananas. You remember?
Yeah, it used to be ugly. I used to be tagged like. That's a fact.
But I could do that because my situation was the reverse.
Yeah.
I mean AB too. AB got lucky. He was like 9. He was like 9 playing midgets, bro. Word. He didn't even play peewees and none of that. They just skipped him up. Straight to junior midgets, right? 9. That
She
was
was like,
crazy.
yo, I'm not putting my 5-year-old
Right.
to play against 15-year-olds.
Never happened,
She was
right?
like, nah, I'm not doing that. So I never got to play football, but let me give a shout out to my 4x1 track team, Andre Davis.
Crazy. They
It
was nice.
Me, Andre Davis. We had Keto Delgado.
Facts.
And then we had rest in peace. God bless the dead.
Landon.
We had Landon Hall.
Landon Hall.
He ended up.
Rest in peace, my heart.
He got. He ended up passing away, but he was our fourth, and then we ended up getting another dude that was just as fast, Chris Bonatonis.
Oh.
He was.
Yo, bro, he used to play football too. He used to give us headaches. He played for Scotia back then.
So all of them ended up getting football scholarships.
That's a fact.
Keto, Andre, and Chris. And Andre, Andre went to Virginia Tech and then ended up going to the NFL.
Yeah, that's Andre, bro. He was ranked something crazy just back then. Like his times was crazy.
But we went to the Junior Olympics.
Nice.
In track. We went to the Junior Olympics.
Yeah, I was there.
And ran out there in Cali.
Oh, we didn't get to go to Cali. Remember we had the you was on I think you was for
Hershey.
some reason. Yeah.
You went to Hershey.
We went to Hershey, right. I went to the JOs too.
Yeah.
With not Landon, but his other brother.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We went out there too, but I don't think they want us to go another place before we can go make it to Cali.
Mm-hmm.
But we was like, after the JOs, it's like the bread wasn't really there or nothing like that. But we was nice as hell.
Yeah.
But I forgot that Bonatonomous had started running with y'all.
That's crazy.
But
That team was crazy for that one team.
Bro, it was crazy, bro. It was
What he said?
We just got the call.
Andre Davis, bro.
We just got the call, bro. They was like, yo, landed pass.
Yeah, that's.
We like, what?
I remember that. Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And this was right before Hershey, Pennsylvania, championships.
Yeah. That's what he's talking about right now.
We had a run and win the Hershey, Pennsylvania championship to go to the Junior Olympics.
That's a fact. That's a
You
fact.
know what I'm saying? So it was me, Keto, you know what I'm saying? Dre.
Yo, did y'all think out there?
We
They was wildin'.
That joint was hurt.
I'm out there. They're like the team older than I don't know if my grade I failed or something.
Yeah,
But y'all just up a year. Dre was fast as hell. Yo, you know who else was nice, fast way back then when we was young?
Who's that?
But she just stopped running early. Ayana Hunter. Yana was fast as hell. Yeah. We had a nice little mob over there.
Shout out to Yana, for real. Yeah, I remember those days, man. Coach Griff, man. Coach Griff used to have people.
Bro, that's why
we always used to do the track at Mount Pleasant.
That's why I used to be mad at him all the time. Bro, you know who I am. We done ran track. I done ran track, Schenectady Booster Club, all that.
Yeah.
Bro, I threw a behind the back pass that he went crazy. Yo, Will, I don't know if you remember this though. Any day that they used to have like JV and varsity lifting weights.
Yeah.
I'd be like, "Where's Will at?" Because Will didn't like to do. He didn't like to do weights. I used to be trying to find Will. I know we not doing too
I was in
much.
the gym, bro. When y'all was in the weight room, I was in the gym, bro.
Yeah, right.
I didn't lift any weight. Yo, the crazy thing is
I ain't gonna mess my form up.
you know how I ended up lifting weights was JP, man.
Plowden, man.
Mr. Plowden. Mr. Plowden.
He was in the weight room. Will can't do this.
That's his voice.
Look at that little bird chest. Will can't do this.
Yo, it's crazy,
You know what
bro.
I'm saying?
Oh my goodness.
Bro, so it's
Shout out to Plowden, man. Shout out to Plowden, man. You're my guy, man. You know what I'm saying?
He called.
Because he used to live, because he played football. So
Yeah.
He needed that. was quarterback, so he was getting hit, like
He was getting crunched.
yeah, bro. So he was building up his body and you know to protect himself and stuff. And man, that's all he used to talk about. We either hit the weight room, and I wouldn't lift. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Like I would not lift. I'll be over there like I do some sit-ups, then I'll sit down on the bench. You know what I'm saying? Like I was young. I didn't understand, bro. But
Remember that shit?
Nobody had explained to it, but Jay's style is the reason why I ended up lifting weights.
JP.
Because he was like, he challenged me to like lift weights, and you know he did it in his way.
Yeah, right.
Calling me weak and like, you know, like
JP is exactly who he always been. I'll tell you that much. It never changed.
Man.
You know, that's clouding though too. I remember like something used to happen in the game, and though you used to like say if you turned the ball over, he would go yell at him like,
when we was on a young traveling team. The first time he ever made like a basketball team, like we was on CDBYL, I think it was. He made the team. He was dumb amped up. You know, me, him, and Juice used to always be around each other all the time.
I was just about.
Came back with knee pads, elbow pads, and goggles. It was crazy.
I was just gonna say something about James Bowden
This
and
my
Juice.
boy is crazy.
That's how I know a lot about James, because Juice. And Juice played football. Me and Juice used to hang tight. Him and my boy Ahmad.
Yeah, he's on his he's on a healthy trip right now. He got some things going on.
He'll be on here next week. You heard?
Yeah.
He'll be on here next week. You know what I mean? We're gonna do something special.
Yeah, man. He want to show so he can promote his product. And you know, I follow him on the IG. Nice. He's doing good things, man.
You seen that last one? You seen that last one with the trash? That looked like a real commercial. Yo, word, I had to hit him. I was like, yo, keep me motivated. He was like, that's your pass, man. Throw that out. I was like, yo, I'm motivated. I like that. Yeah, that's my guy, man. I love Juice to death, man.
Being a professional athlete, it carries a lot of stress, right?
Right.
It's a lot of pressure. I'm not gonna say stress.
Yeah.
But how did you manage the stress, the expectations, and the mental health throughout your journey?
Oh man. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not the best to ask about, you know, dealing with mental health. Because I'm the type of individual that just, you know, from the beginning has always internalized everything. So, and you know, from my understanding, that's not the best way of dealing with it.
Right.
But that's the only way that I've known how to deal with it. And you know, basketball has been one of those things that has, you know, allowed me to relieve some of that stress. And I guess now I'd say, you know, my stress is relieved by you know, what I'm doing with my nonprofit and my kids. You know, just being there for them, and you know, as a husband, a father, you know, a friend, just a protector, just all of the hats that we have to wear. And but you know, we man, it like we were talking earlier off camera, like there's things that I've gone through in life where I haven't had the moment to heal from yet. And you know, you just carry it with you on your journey, and you'll deal with it whenever you get the chance to, you know. So
that's like, you know, for having a lot of childhood in the hood and stuff like that, does that help you be a little more? Do you feel like that's why you gotta internalize things like that? Well, sometimes.
Nah, I think a lot of us internalize stuff at the time when we go through go through stuff is because life doesn't stop, and we gotta keep going. And sometimes we're too busy being strong for somebody else. We don't have our moment,
Right.
to ourselves, to where we can shed a couple of tears or have a conversation with somebody about it. And then you have instances where you're just not ready to share. And until that time comes, you're just carrying that weight until
Right.
you're ready to to share that pain.
I feel you.
Yeah, that's deep, man. That's deep. So,
How do you feel as a parent now today? Like
I'm still learning. I'm still learning.
Yeah.
I have 3 kids that I love to death. Man, but I've never been a parent before. I mean, when I had my first daughter, it was like, man, this is new.
Right.
And I'm just trying to figure it out by just pulling from what I remember from my parents as a kid, and then what I think I know as a father now, and then it's like, then now the second one comes, and it's like, then okay, like now I'm trying to do a little bit better than I did the previous.
Yeah, because that shit's a process.
And then and then on my last one, it's like
You got all
sometimes
girls?
I feel bad because I don't I feel like just because what I've been through in life and what I'm going through, I feel like with my son, I don't have the same amount of patience as I had with my first 2 daughters, and which isn't really fair to him, but I'm trying to do better.
yeah.
I'm trying to do better.
Yeah. How old is the kids, Will?
So my oldest daughter, she's 15. Youngest daughter's 10.
15?
Yeah, and then my son is 4. So
Jeez.
Fast, man.
yeah, man.
Yeah, brother.
seem like life is moving at a rapid pace.
Right.
When you
right.
especially look through your own kids,
Yes.
and you look back where you sit on a couch like you're sitting right now, and you get a chance to relive your life in one moment.
Right.
In one moment, like through questions. It doesn't. You look back and you be like, wow, right? Like it's ill. I was just whispering over here to PK, like it was ill how we got Jakey and Will over here. Y'all was talking about y'all basketball life, and I'm whispering to P like, yo, and we was over here going through, the things we was going through because we was here. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
And P used to be on the porch all the time, 810 Stanley Street. It'd be 8 o'clock in the morning. He got a newspaper.
Yeah.
I'm talking about this kid. I used to be tight because what we was indulging in, he's supposed to be doing other than that. But it was like always like, yo, man, you know what I be doing? But we was reading about you. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes he would be like, yo, Jake had such and such, or you know what I mean? Yo, Willie was dropping, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, get that article. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, and we're here today sitting doing this interview. It's much more special than what it is.
Yeah, I stopped watching. I stopped watching college basketball until y'all started playing again. After I stopped playing in my sophomore year, like when all of that high school stuff, I was like, man, I couldn't even watch it without like crying until you guys got onto the scene, and I'm like, all right. Because you looking at a whole bunch of people like, wow, I used to dog him when I got a chance to. You know what I'm saying? Or we used to beat up on him. He's soft.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then you're looking at it, you're like, wow, I couldn't even watch that until you and Jakey started playing it. Word up.
You said you got a non-for-profit, right?
Right. Like, be honest.
Yeah, quietly.
Yeah, let's get it.
Right. So how important is it for former athletes to give back to the communities?
For me, that's everything because, I I wouldn't have accomplished what I've been able to accomplish without, you know, names like that I've mentioned, you know. So, like, to me, you know, I have long list of accolades and things that I've accomplished, but the way I view that, I view those things as nothing if I don't help somebody else accomplish that or even more.
Right.
Because all my trophies are doing on the shelf is collecting dust. But the knowledge and stuff that I can share with the young girls that I'm sharing this information with, and the experiences that I'm sharing with them, and enriching their lives, and helping, you know, some of them who don't have fathers turn into women, it's priceless. To where that trophy is $39 or whatever that hardware costs for them to throw that together. So it means everything to me, and you know, I just smile at our practices and at the kids' growth. And you know, just think back on the times when they first came into the gym and were running with the ball like they were a running back.
Yeah.
You know, and now they're coming down, in and out, cross, no look. I'm like, damn, like I remember you.
Yeah,
when
that
you couldn't even dribble, and you know they like, yeah, coach, yeah.
That's fulfilling as hell, right?
Right.
That yo, especially giving back like that coaching and shit. Like, oh man, that
But the beauty of
you want to pay
all
it for it.
go ahead.
No, you're good. You're good, brother.
The beauty of all what you said was like you're just not preparing them for the sport, you're preparing them for life.
Right.
That's a job as a coach, a mentor.
Right. Yeah, pun intended. Pun intended. You know, because everything that I gained from, you know, the trials and tribulations through the sport directly carried over into life. The discipline, the teamwork, you know, working together, people holding you accountable. All of these things that you learn and develop through the sport carries over directly into your life after basketball. And you know, so it's bigger than the sport. What I'm teaching these kids is bigger than the sport. Basketball is just a hook.
Yeah.
Because nobody's just gonna come to me and be like, yo, Will, teach me what's in that book.
That was well put.
You know, they're not just gonna be like, yo, Will, you know, teach me this math problem. But I can teach you math through the game of basketball. I can teach you geometry through the game of basketball. Basketball is about angles.
That's all it is.
You know? Time and score, failing, getting up.
Right.
Like, all these things. I'm teaching them about life through the game of basketball.
That's
it.
Well, something that to catch on.
It's simple.
Something that to catch on to.
Yeah.
That's all
But
we
no,
need.
the craziest thing is, and like if you want to know something, right? Like what do you want to know? What do you want to know? Tell me somebody. Just tell me something that you'd like to know more about, right? Let's say investing, right? That's you into investing and all that, right?
Sir, yes, sir.
So who you gonna go aside from a book to learn that information from?
Me personally, I got
Somebody who knows it.
Look,
I got a team of people that
you have mentors, you have people that have a track record of success in a portfolio, right?
Right.
Facts.
In basketball, you have people that are making decisions on these kids' future. And sometimes it's the kids' influence on the parents or what have you. And they'll take a kid out of, let's say, Jake's program or out of my program, and take them someplace to be mentored by somebody that knows less basketball than Jake and I forgot.
Knows more basketball than Jake and I forgot.
And it just leaves me scratching my head. And I'm like, okay, you know, I don't hold kids. Like I say, here, look, this is what I offer you. This is my track record of success. If you don't want to be here, there's a door.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I've seen people come to me that couldn't dribble, and then, you know, with help, you know, because I do have people that come and help out. You know, my man Davey comes and helps out. James Bottom always comes through. Sometimes he comes through in his uniform and helps me with the kids. But you know, like we've had people come to us, like I said, like couldn't dribble, didn't even know how to spell basketball. And then you get them to a certain level, and there's no loyalty.
Parents want to just take them somewhere else, right?
They take them to another program, playing for an individual that knows less basketball than I forgot.
It's not going to develop them.
It's not going to develop them.
Yeah.
But yet, the program that they're in is just greater than mine in numbers.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And you know, it just perplexes me, because it's like, I'm getting your daughter closer to her goals, closer to her so-called dreams, and then you just jump over here and just take steps back. And it's just crazy. It's like, if you want to know something, go to the source.
Yeah.
But a lot of people are out here making poor decisions and not understanding how it's going to impact their future down the line.
You know, this is an instant gratification era too, though.
Yeah. Well, you know, because some people are just following their friends.
Yeah.
You know, and so they, but it's like, you know, like when you look back, it'll hit you later.
Yeah, fact.
You know, so I don't even stress it. But you know, sometimes it hurts when, like, you invest all your time, and you know, like, when I'm spending time, like, I'm sacrificing time I could be spending with my son
Straight.
to help your daughter achieve her dream, and then you just gonna go over here.
Right.
Well, you know, Will, you know, I'm gonna let you go.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm gonna say this. This is something that I've learned, and somebody, you heard it?
Yeah, I'm listening. Oh, yeah.
No, I'm just waiting because I want Will's attention. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
I expected you to read that, but a penny's more worth on the ground than it is in the pocket.
That's a fact.
You probably don't hear that a lot. A penny's more worth on the ground than it is in somebody's pocket. Because what happens is when it's in the pocket, it's just exchanges. There's no value into it. People look at the penny. Look, this guy eliminated the penny because it looked like it has no value. And why they say the penny and they don't say the nickel, or they say the dime, because there's a whole bunch under there. There's a whole bunch under 5 cents. There's 4 cents, 3 cents, 2 cents. There's nothing under a penny. So when you say, you know, it hurts you, I want to show you the value in that. Is the penny's more worth on the ground than it is in other people's pocket. So don't ever think it's like you forgetting that guy that was your coach. You was just telling us. You know what I'm saying? And you was like, I know that guy from somewhere. That's the penny on the ground.
Right.
That's the penny on the ground right there. That name rings bells. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And you're going to go into life, Will, and understand that. And people and kids are going to come back to you, but they want to share something.
You want to read it, Jake?
Yeah, I'll read it.
Yo, shout out to Tippy. You remember Tippy, right, Will?
Yeah.
Marcia Gas, and she said, don't never call me that. She said she got to take off, but she wanted to share something real quick, so I'm going to let it go.
She said she wanted to take off. Big shout out to Marcia. She said I want to say a few things before I go. First, I'm so glad I tuned in. It gets better every time. I always take something away with me. Second, I truly appreciate what Willie said about the mom. As we get older, the things that we never thought twice about become more important. That is so important for us to pay homage and express to those that have been there for us in an impactful way. So what you said about the mom was huge. It's just not gonna touch him, it touch me. Let's see. Yeah, and it said, and as I get older, I'm finding that it always comes in a time where it's needed. Someone will reach out to him and tell him what was said, which is gonna be big for him. She said, I don't begin to pretend to know what is going on in anyone's lives outside of what's put on our playground, and I mean Facebook. When I say that, because I'm out the way, but I know that when I was at a low point, I received a call from the last person I expected to hear from, and she thanked me for helping her get through a tough time. I was taken back because I wasn't doing anything special. I was being myself, and just being myself and living in my purpose helped her. See, that's big. That's huge. And at the time, I was questioning my purpose without getting too much in my business. And that conversation helped me, and within weeks, I received 2 more messages from people who I hadn't a clue what I was facing. That also thanked me for being there for them, you know, at a time when they needed it. We have to express our gratitude in some way, somehow, to people that have been there for us when we have the opportunity to, because you would be surprised how helpful that it is. When we are going through it, it's hard to see the good. Negativity will take over. That message of gratitude can be what brings a person back. Every struggle overcome. I could say one person, one conversation, one act, even a damn book that brought me back or helped me through. This podcast can be doing that right now for someone. Love y'all. I wish you all the best. Keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah,
Love, Tip.
Love, Tip. That's
Love. You love the consistency.
Yeah, sure.
Tip, you are like, I swear she's the #1 fan, G's. You know what I'm saying?
She's up there.
And that was a big what she was saying was like very big, like
shouting Dewan out, right?
Yeah, like this is
About D, like nobody even thought about that.
nobody worries about him, G.
Nobody thought about that, bro.
What
I'm
I
not saying us per se in this room, but nobody.
I see D almost every day.
Yeah.
I ain't even gonna hold you. You know what I mean? And what I do, I see him almost every day. You know what I'm saying? And you know, sometimes when you see somebody that get on your nerves so much, because they keep on asking for like certain things, but it never happens like that with me and him. He comes to me to talk. Like, Wayne, you know what I'm saying? Like, when you gonna get another house so we can, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But on some real,
He do his roofing thing.
yo, he's a hard worker.
He helped with this.
You heard? He did this. You heard? He did this roof. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, he's one of the hardest workers, bro. Like,
And
I seen him in action.
and not for nothing, I'm gonna let it go, but I see him every day, man.
Yeah.
Everybody bypassed him, man. Right now he works for my brother on the house. But everybody bypassed him, and everybody sees this struggle. Not saying anybody can change it, but yo, what you said, that's the water, the seed in the water.
Because sometimes the only thing you need is like, yo, bro, I see you. That's it. Yeah. I see you.
And Willie Deane doing that on a podcast? Come on, that's big, man.
I mean, you know, playing overseas all them years and all that, and you still like, yo, nah, my boy used to be.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's dope.
You played for Ukraine, right?
Yeah, I played in Ukraine.
You was in Ukraine, bro, and you sitting here in Schenectady talking about D, man. That is important, man. I just had to say that. You know what I mean? I just love that about this conversation.
Where you at with it, Jake?
Yo, it's crazy. Cause,
Go ahead, bro.
you know, it's crazy because, like, you know, you mentioned Ukraine, man, and you know, without being political, because I spent a significant time, like, in Ukraine and Russia, and, like, I got people I consider family in
Both places, right?
both places, and like, that joint was tough for me.
Yeah, I could
feel
dig that. Like, damn, I lived here and there. Like,
I heard that in your voice just now.
yeah.
There's something that's deeper than.
I feel like there's people that like that past that like I don't even know that I know.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
feel you, boy.
Gotta go over a lot of people's heads. You said, you know what I mean?
yeah, cause like there's people that passed that I know that I don't even know. You know what I'm saying? It's just, there's no way.
Yeah.
I mean, no.
Right.
That's ill, man. That you just you touching people now, man.
One thing that
Feel
D.O.
me?
said, knowledge is not the property of the rich.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying?
You gotta have that thirst.
You got to. You drop some gems, man. Jewels. Keep it alive. You know what I'm saying? Wisdom, knowledge.
What is it good for? Absolutely
So
nothing.
listen, when it's all said and done, brother, what do you want your legacy to be known? Beyond everything that
I
you done did.
never really thought about it. That's a good question. That's a good question. Because when you're going, you're going. So, so I guess I would want it, and I don't even know if this is considered a legacy, but if I ever helped somebody, then just say thank you before I'm gone. Cause saying thank you to somebody after they're gone already, we're good.
Right.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like too many people get their flowers after they can't smell them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and it's not about getting praise, because that's not why I do stuff. Because a lot of stuff I do, people don't know. They'll never know. You know what I'm saying? Like this is you know, a couple people that might know because they accidentally bumped into it, or they caught me. You know, but it's like not enough of us thank the people who had a huge impact on their life enough. Why they
Still here.
you know, appreciate it and feel like they've had a impact on somebody's life. Because it's like, you know, I don't know what happens when you go to the afterlife, but you know, I just feel like we gotta do a better job of just getting behind the people that's doing the right thing,
Right.
and giving people their flowers while they can still smell them. And you know, that's what and that was part of the reason. And you know, I've told Dewan, you know, and Veer, I've told them, and G, and everybody's, you know, name that I mentioned, I told them face to face. But every time I get an opportunity to say it again on a different platform, I do that for a different audience. Because for me, that's important. Yeah.
Yeah, I think like I think from the outside too, like, you know, we like a lot of us is gonna look at you as somebody that really kept his head down, did it the right way, always been genuine as a person. You know what I'm saying? So Like, we're always gonna celebrate you for, oh yeah, he had us going crazy on the court and all that. But when you get older and even with the nonprofit and giving back, the book, everything, like, that's what you're gonna be remembered for, being that kind person like that. Like, it's cool to be the basketball legend and da-da-da, but it's bigger than that. I think I'm always gonna look at you as a person that gave me straight motivation, and you know what I'm saying? If I didn't have the blueprint, I could always look at Will. You know what I'm saying? It didn't matter what household or nothing, because if I wanted to follow that, I would follow that all the way to a T. And you know what I'm saying? And that would have been that. But I think you always give anybody that came after you that feeling of like, yo, it's possible. It's wild possible. Because, you know, there wasn't a lot of people our age around that time knocking down no doors. You dig what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
So,
Cause yo,
that's dope.
When it comes to basketball, right? Like, basketball has a lifespan, right? So right now, like, Jake and I, we're in the basketball graveyard. You know, it's like, soon as you can stop winning championships for an organization, as soon as you can stop putting butts in the seat for a company and stuff, that's when the calls stop. That's when you're not as appreciated. You know, you gotta, it's like when you're winning championships for these organizations, it's oh yeah, whatever you need, like, oh yeah, take this, here. And then as soon as you can't lace them up anymore, and this is the reason why, you know, you have a lot of athletes struggle with mental health and end up committing suicide. Because you gotta think. Like, Jake and I were at like a time in our lives where there was places like we couldn't go without people just trying to, you know, rip your shirt, ask for an autograph, take your shoes, like all of these things, and then the ball stopped bouncing, and like people just forget about you. You know what I'm saying? So it goes from, and it's just a harsh reality of life. It's just, as soon as you can't do for something, as soon as you can't do something for somebody, people forget about you. And it's like, it makes you feel sometimes as if you're not human.
That's
or
crazy.
if you were just being used and just unappreciated. And I understand why, you know, people getting, like, you see it all the time, like professional athletes
When the music stops,
when they can't put that when they put their uniform on for the last time, and they can't find how to reinvent themselves. Because that's ultimately what you have to do. Like, I've had to reinvent myself like 3 times. Once the ball stopped, just to continue to, you know, do something and feel like you have a purpose.
right?
You know, because I'm telling you, when once you stop playing, like everybody that was calling you and those calls stop. People stop checking on it. And I would never disrespect the people that are doing time and trying to compare it to that. But on a small scale, there's similarities. Because people go behind those walls and get forgot about. Just like when we can't lace them up,
Right.
we get forgot about.
Facts.
Well put.
Sheesh.
That
Preaching.
that was
Facts. And the whole game.
that not for nothing, man.
You know, a lot of these dudes, when
Well, time out.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta bring it back. You know what I'm saying?
when they
Remind
stop
ourselves.
playing, you know, they're heartbroken.
Yeah. They gave so much to the
Because
game.
they gave so much and they time, the sacrifice that they can't get back. And then they see what their value really was when it all comes to an end.
Right. Feel me? Yo, not for nothing, Willie.
Yeah.
Like, let me say this, like, you know, for somebody that's been, you know, I've been behind the wall, whatever. Like, I'm 45 now. You know, at 45, you can still have heroes. You can still have,
sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like, some people are scared.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? You know, one thing my brothers told me on this podcast is like, well, about me, is like, oh, you coming along, you willing to put your face out there.
Yeah.
So I say that to say this, like, y'all still my heroes, man. I don't need to see you. I told you the greatest shit I ever seen in basketball was the time at Jerry Burrell when, I ain't even going, you know what I mean? Because I don't want to put his name on it like you.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
D-Shaw know what it is.
Yeah,
man.
you know what I'm saying?
Look, I don't even gotta be here.
That time,
be here to hear that part.
That's my man.
Yo, D. Shoulders my guy. Yo,
He was on my team that game.
Yo, that's the first
Me and him was on
time.
the same
That's
team.
the first time I seen somebody flying. Jeez.
That was crazy.
No,
Both of y'all
real
was up
talk.
there.
Like you guys were so high. You was above the rim. Y'all was above the. So what happens? What I'm basically trying to say is when two people meet like that in the air, it wasn't just about the ball. It wasn't just about the game. It was a moment in other people's eyes like mine. That's just like whoa. Like I looked like oh.
Yeah, y'all looked at like
God.
Y'all looked at like
Like,
Marvel comics.
That wasn't real. You know what I'm saying? Yo, for real. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to sit here and say on our podcast that y'all still my heroes, G. I be doing hero things all the time, but I still need heroes too. I still need people to say like, what? I know him personally. You feel me? I'm one of those guys. People out there could be like, oh yeah, he just such and such riding. Whatever. But whatever. Yo, look, Will, whatever. I'll be that. One thing you can't call me, you heard, is someone that doesn't have.
Well, we grew up together, bro. Like,
yeah, man.
You know, people that say that just don't know.
I'm saying this to you to say like, they may have forgot y'all. Yeah. We ain't forget about y'all. No. That's a whole fact. We ain't forget about y'all.
Great examples. Great.
You know what I'm saying? You feel me? You know what I'm saying? You feel me?
Great examples to follow, bro. Great examples to follow.
My kids is gonna know you. We're gonna take pictures after this.
You got rappers.
Yeah, man.
Oh, we got it.
Yo, Will.
What you doing over there, ABs?
I want to give bro a shout out too, because you know, I work with kids and all that, and I was out of work for a long time because I was sick.
Mm-hmm.
So I reached out to bro, you know what I mean, when he was downtown and stuff, and he gave me a shot, man, and got me back in the loop. So I appreciate you for that. You know, we talk.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Salute.
Salute that, you know what I'm saying?
I see you out there, Dan Hunter Fasha. What's up, brother?
Fasha.
But
Austin
still, bro, like, and you know, I don't tell people what I do.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like that was between us. Like, he didn't have to.
People need to know that though.
Yeah.
He didn't have to do that.
You know the best form of giving when it's anonymous, G.
Yeah, no.
You know what I'm saying? I peep your game. I peep how you live your life. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean, Pete?
Yeah. But it's just a part of me, man. And that's why sometimes like it hurts like when how can I put this without trying to, but it just hurts when you're taken advantage of, not appreciated and not valued, and people don't even know. Like I feel that too.
Yeah. Right. You human.
I have those same feelings. I'm gonna give you an example without putting the person's name out there. But I had somebody come to me like when I was doing the enrichment program, like for the city. you know, I had this gentleman come to me, and he's standing like right in front of my face, and he's like, "Yo, can you point out to me where Willie Deane is?" I'm like, "You're looking at him," and he was like, "Okay, do you mind if we take a picture real quick?"
Right.
I was like, "Yeah, no problem." So we took the picture, and then come to find out, this gentleman, like, you know, posting and stuff, because he was running for something. But it was like, this gentleman came to me, didn't even know
who you
anything
were.
about me, didn't even know what I looked like.
Right.
Was asking me if I had seen me, so he can take a picture, and it's like
To take advantage of you.
that, to try to leverage. Leverage my reputation and, you know what I'm saying?
Get some promo off of that, right?
Accomplishments to help better his situation. And I took the picture anyway, but like, bro, that
whoa.
hurts, bro.
Yeah.
You
Right.
know what I'm saying? And you know, for you to just, like, I could have been like, "Oh, get the out of here."
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But it's not. I felt like even to this day, I felt like I still handled it the best way. But it's like, bro,
Yeah, do you see me?
You get tired. You get tired of that. People just using you, and then you just got to eat that. You know what I'm saying? It takes a toll on you. You know, after a while, it's just like, damn. It's like,
Right.
people will do whatever they can just to like take every last ounce of whatever they can.
You know what Hov said, right? He said 2025, it was all defense.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, let's go. Let's go.
This year.
Let's,
Man, you wildin'.
you know what I mean? Let's go.
But
You know what I mean?
You know, I understood exactly where he was coming from
Yeah.
when he said that, because you know that's exhausting.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, and you know, I don't know any specifics on
Thomas Richards said you should have charged him. Just had to lighten the mood. Trying to lighten the mood real quick, yeah. Had to lighten the mood.
Nah, well, the reason I share that example is because these are the type of things that, you know, we go through, and and I'm sure Jake experiences that too. But it's like, it's exhausting.
You know, I ain't saying nothing.
Yeah, I felt that on a small scale, you heard? I felt that on a small scale years ago. You know what I mean?
That's tough.
When it was like, yo, yeah, he's coming. He coming to play. He coming to do this. He coming to do that. Da 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 da. Yeah, we got him. When you know what I'm saying, Mom went to rehab and things hit the wall. It was like, yeah, whatever about him. Like, you know what I'm saying? I could just imagine how it is on a scale of where y'all went to. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, because that right there made me feel like, whoa, okay. I still don't fuck with. Oops. I still don't mess with people from that to this day. I'm trying to forgive though that, because you know that ain't a good thing. You know what I'm saying?
And that's
But anyway.
and I'll admit, I'll admit, I have trouble. I have trouble with that. Like forgiving, like that's something that I still need to work on, because the way I've always dealt with things is I just separate myself. You know, but it's not as healing.
Right.
Without that forgiveness piece, but you know, that's something that I'm still trying to work on, and you know, and I'll be honest with the people and just say, like, yo, I have a hard time,
You know,
forgiving. Like, for example, like I'm still feeling some kind of way about Boston College. Like, I'm still feeling some kind of way about Purdue. Like, I love Purdue, but they still haven't made it right. In my opinion, Boston College, like, I don't think that situation will ever be able to be fixed. You know, but that's something that I have to find a way to get past, if I can ever get past it.
Your timing.
Yeah, you can. That shit is that, but that like, you know, that's taking out, you know, things that you had into you to protect you and all of that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's a protection mechanism too, like internalizing things into separation and, you know what I mean?
Well, people don't.
So there'll be a time when you come to that, but it don't seem like it. It definitely don't. It's hard for me to forget.
What people don't get though, Will, is when you start using and abusing people, man. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You know, time after time. You know, Joel Santana says, I want you to use me. Yeah. But the problem is when you misuse me.
Right.
You know what I mean? You get tired of being misused.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, and I don't think too many people get that because they've never been in a position to be
to be even going through it, right?
You feel me? People are not saying you don't have enough. No, we're not talking about what you have or what you can do. You know what I mean? A lot of people look at, remember I was just kicking it to you about, you know, all these chairs, but I can only sit in one. But those chairs don't mean nothing until somebody that you love is sitting in it.
Yeah, exactly.
So, you know, people tend to do that all the time, man. Me and my brother Jake, last night, we was talking about something, you know what I mean? And, you know, it's something we've been through.
Yeah.
We really been through it. And I can imagine how many times he, as an individual, because of him, you know, being prosperous and successful, that word misused has been encountered. And I know this. You could take this to the bank. It's never the people on the outside of you. It's always the people that's closest to you that's going to really, you know what I'm saying? That guy that came to you, he didn't even know who you were. There's so many pictures of you everywhere. He could have Googled you.
That's what I'm saying.
You feel me? So being misused is, it's like the new thing for some people to get closer to people. You don't got to do a person wrong to get close to them, is what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? So, you know.
Like, just to add to that, right? Like a lot of people, they're like, yo, Will, you've been to all these countries. Like, which one was your favorite country? And I really hate to say this, especially like with what's going on in those two countries that I mentioned. But like when I was in Russia, right? And you know, I can only speak on my time there. The reason why I always said I enjoyed the Russian people the most, because it was black or white. They either loved me or they told me they didn't. So I knew what it was. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's not like where other countries you had people tell you something and then you getting stabbed in the back. Like if they were gonna stab you, they were gonna stab you in the face. And so I always say when anybody asks me, like, they're like, oh, Will, with all your experiences and all the countries that you went to, like, which one was your best experience? And when I tell them, yo, my best experience was in Russia, everybody's like, what, Russia? You know, because they have this perception about, you know,
right.
Putin and all that stuff. But that's my reasoning for that. I hate the weather. It's freezing. Like, I don't even like New York weather. You know, in Russia it's 10 times as cold as, and we get 10 times the amount of snow as, you know, than we get here. But when I was in Russia, it was black or white. I didn't have to worry about somebody with a mask on. It was laid out on the table. Like, yo, you can go here, you can go here, you can't go here. Yo, we love you, give you everything. Yo, we don't F with you. And I appreciated that. I respected that more than anything than somebody saying they love me and they don't.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's that's why I always bring that up when people ask me that. It's never about the scenery or the food or all of that. It was just like, yo, when I was living here, I knew what it was.
Yeah, it wasn't no
I
question.
didn't have to look over my shoulder.
Yeah, you ain't have to question none of that. Like,
Right.
yeah, this is right here.
Right. It was right in front of you.
You had to guess or figure it
You
out.
didn't have to figure it out. You knew what it was.
Yeah.
Either way.
Yeah.
And I appreciated that. And I appreciated that.
Word, bro, man. I just got one more question.
Yeah, sure.
How you, man, is there a moment in your life where basketball had nothing to do with your growth, but everything to do with who you become?
One more time.
Say that again.
That was personal.
Describe a moment in your
Yeah.
life where basketball had nothing to do with your growth, but everything to do with who Willie Deane has become.
Well, part of growing is who I am today. So I don't think that any experience that I had in life or through the sport didn't have an impact on me and didn't help me grow into the person that I am today. But I'd probably say it's, the low times of my journey is what helped me grow the most.
Yeah.
So all of the low times, because you gotta, and I'll be quick on the different points, but when I went to Boston College and signed a scholarship, people don't understand that the scholarship has to be renewed every year. So it's not like you just sign a scholarship and you got a free ride for 4 years. So like, when they didn't renew my scholarship, I didn't have nowhere to go. I had nothing. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, I was faced with a choice to either come back to Schenectady. My dad's job had just got moved out to Indiana, which is ultimately the reason why we ended up, being out there, and which is ultimately why I ended up being out there. And one thing that people don't know is I'm not from Indiana, so I didn't have the rivalry that people in Indiana have, IU and Purdue. Like those schools were, equivalents, because I'm not from the Midwest, and I want to beat IU is just as bad as I want to beat Michigan State. Yeah, I don't care. Like I'm not from Indiana, but with that being said, I when we first moved out to Indiana, there was a point where I was gonna go to IU, and the reason why I didn't end up walking on there is because Coach Knight, God bless the dead, man. Coach Knight had that altercation with the kid, and they removed him from his position, and they didn't have a coach at the time, and nobody in the world thought they were gonna let Davis be the head coach.
Right.
So I went and attended Purdue that summer, and the rest is history. But then I experienced it again at Purdue. Like they took my scholarship away, and then I was faced with the option, like, man, do I stay here? With how they're showing that they don't value me. And I told you over the phone, and God bless the dead again. Coach Cheney wanted me over at Temple, and was like, my dad had shared with him my story, and he was like, oh man, like he wanted to get behind me and bring me over to Temple and fight for me, man. And bro, that was big, man. Like he was like, yo, come over here. I know you're gonna have to redshirt again, but I'll fight for you to get another year.
Right.
And I ultimately just ended up staying at Purdue, but
So,
it's tough, bro.
so when you said Purdue did that too, like,
Yeah.
was that your what was
That had nothing to do with my hair.
Was it no? Was that your senior? That was like your senior year or something?
I
You're
was-
talking about Purdue pulled your scholarship.
So-
What year was that?
It was like right after my sophomore year. So
Wow.
let me go back a little bit. So like I came to Purdue, and from Boston College, I was just going to school as a regular student, right? I was playing in the co-rec. They call it the co-rec, and Montreal Lowe and good friend of mine still to this day, Yukari Figs. Like I used to hang out with them. They used to ball in the co-rec, and like some of the players like from the team used to come in there and play against like kids that attend the school, and bro, I was just destroying people in the court. Like it didn't matter. It didn't matter who it was, and then so like my name started buzzing on campus. Like, yo, this is dude from New York that be playing in the co-rec. He need to be on the team because he's better than people on the team.
Yeah.
And Montreal and Yukari, they used to be like, yo, Will, like you gotta try out for the team. And I'm like, nah, I'm just going to school because I was at like a low point, you know what I'm saying? Like it was like I had my scholarship taken away, like my family had moved to Indiana, you know what I'm saying? So it was like
Yeah.
I was at a low point, bro. Like I was like mad at the game, but that was still my therapy, you know what I'm saying? So it was, I'm in the co-rec just taking out my anger and frustration on everybody, whoever I'm playing against. I'm like just destroying everybody, and my name started buzzing on campus, like and then like we went to like Mackey Arena, and like we was playing in there one day. Like I was playing with the football dudes, and like I was hanging out with the football guys at the time because like they were the only ones that was really around. Like the basketball dudes was like doing their own thing, and so like I was in there just destroying people, and like like the players was like, yo, like you go to school here, like you play ball, and I was like, yeah, I played ball. I was at Boston College, whatever. And then this dude Mike Robinson, he was a McDonald's All-American, like with Kobe. He was McDonald's with Kobe and them. And he took me under his wing, man, and like used to drive me around and take me to like work out, and we used to get ones in and all that, and he helped me like like get my foot in the door. And then eventually like they brought me up in the office, and I didn't even know, like my father had like spoke to Frank Kendricks.
Okay.
Like Frank Kendricks was the guy I was telling you that ended up taking the fall for the legal recruitment at Purdue. And Frank Kendricks, God bless the day, he's gone too, man. And he was like, yo, I looked you up, your father told me about you. And he was like, I need you to do me a favor. I was like, what's that? He was like, if you want any chance, even getting the slightest opportunity of being able to walk on, he was like, I need you to cut your hair.
Here we go.
So I'm like, yo, like, yes, but
Here we go with this shit again.
He was a black dude. He was honest with me. We had the conversation.
Right.
He told me the mentality here, and for him, I did it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Once I established myself, I just going right back.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, yo, I'm here now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, if it wasn't for Frank Kendrick, then bro, I would have never even had an opportunity. You know what I'm saying? And that was another reason why I said about the flowers thing, man, because like I ain't give him enough of his. Coach Chaney too.
Yeah.
Like they passed before. I mean, I thanked them,
Yeah, bro.
but not enough.
My boy Will, man.
Deep, bro. Great show, man. I appreciate it. Word.
And for being
Honest.
being vulnerable. You know what I'm saying? Like,
okay.
well, we know what time it is. You know what I'm saying? We family, so we know what time it is. But like, big step type shit, cause I know what time it is. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
For my boy to open up, like then, like even people that know him don't even get this side, man. For real. So y'all definitely got a treat today from my brother, man. For real.
Facts.
Dope, man.
Yo, and yo, shout out to your parents, man.
Yo, for real, man.
Not for nothing,
Mr.
You know
and
what I'm
Mrs.
saying?
Dean, man. Shout out to the whole family too.
Forget that, man.
Shout out to the whole family too. Shout out to
As
Milo
much as-
and little bro too, man.
As much as we sit here, your parents been a part of all our lives over here. You feel me? Whether it was buying candy from your moms. You know what I'm saying? Now I remember those days.
Okay.
Now I remember. I remember them. You know what I mean? Because I come from a time where I couldn't afford that. You know what I'm saying? And you know what? She gave me candy before. You know what I mean?
My parents, bro, was everybody's parents, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
That's what I was. Before we stopped this, I had to make sure we get that.
yeah, bro, because like, and I didn't understand it at the time, but like, my parents used to spend time like helping like other people's kids.
Mm-hmm.
You like,
And we used to be like, damn, like, yo.
Yeah.
for real. That's how I beat. That's how I get like that.
You know what I'm saying? I feel you.
You got kids,
I'm over here.
But I understand it now.
Yeah, when you're
Like I didn't understand it. Like,
Yeah, man.
and it was just like, yo, they was just helping people that
Cherish that.
needed just a little bit more than we did.
Right.
Cherish that, Will.
You know what I'm
I'm trying to tell you.
saying?
like,
Right.
yeah. Sometimes
Are
you
they
gotta
still here?
you gotta share them type of parents sometimes, and you be like, damn, now.
That trickled down to y'all.
Yeah,
In Southwest.
yeah.
You know?
Shout out to your brother too.
Yeah, you wonder how I ended up at African dance all them times, man. You heard me? That was your mom. Like, well, since we're taking Kai, we might as well take him too. We know Linda and them's wildin'. Get in the car. I'll be at
Yeah.
the African
And
dance.
you know my pops,
Back over something in the bed.
and you know my pops, I know, like he was always giving people homework and being like, come here, son.
Yeah.
But it was all, it was, we didn't understand it back then, bro, but we understand it now.
You know, Higher Learning, the movie Higher Learning. Your father reminds me of his father.
Yeah.
No bull. That's how I know a sister turnover ratio.
Yeah.
He was like, yeah, you're good, you're good, but until you get this down. I'm like, what you mean? He showed me with my shit. He showed me what it was, and I was like, whoa. After that, that's when I became a better point guard for real, because I would stop turning the ball over and all. Like, I was like wild conscious of that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Word.
How you doing?
What's up?
No, you good. You know, I'm closing it out, but you know, the one thing I'm people with, man, because yo, I used to have, you know, I used to feel some kind of way about getting older, but until I had to realize, like, you gotta live long enough to be old. You know what I'm saying? So like, I'm embracing it.
Yes, sir.
Real, because a lot of people checked out before they had a chance to get old. So yo, appreciate.
That's crazy. I felt like that too, bro. I was scared of getting old. It's crazy.
Yo, thanks for having me on the show, man. I hope,
appreciate you, brother.
People can receive this well and learn something from it, man.
Thank you for blessing us with your presence.
Nah, man, it's only right, man. My pleasure, man. Love everybody out there, man, and keep tuning in.
On topic.
On topic.
On to the next one, y'all.
Yeah.
Ash, take us off.
Yeah, this man.
I apologize
From
for
the
that.
bottom of the bottom.
Good, bro. Good.
You're not for nothing. We gotta take some